Welcome to another edition of Football Fridays in Georgia here on Georgia Public Broadcasting. Tonight we are at a very soggy Norcross High School where the Blue Devils will take on the Bulldogs of North Gwinnett in a big region rivalry.
And while undefeated Norcross is more of a run-heavy offense, North Gwinnett is on a mission to make them one-dimensional tonight as the Bulldogs look to bounce back into the win column.
I'm Sam Crenshaw. Coming up in our Extra Point Keys to Victory for both North Gwinnett and Norcross tonight.
And I'm Matt Stewart. Coming up in our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting segment, we'll tell you about a Norcross defensive end who might be as good or better than Georgia Bulldog Lorenzo Carter.
So it's North Gwinnett and Norcross, a big region rivalry. The All Access Pass pregame show is coming up next, live on GPB. You are looking live at a very wet Blue Devils Stadium on the campus of Norcross High School, where tonight the undefeated and 7th-ranked Blue Devils will take on their Gwinnett County rivals, the Bulldogs of North Gwinnett, in a huge Region 7 6A rivalry. Norcross, of course, winners of back-to-back state championships in 2012 and 2013, are unbeaten this season. North Gwinnett is 2-3 and looking to bounce back. And the coaching matchup is a classic. Keith Maloof, the Blue Devils, is in his 17th season at Norcross. He's won 155 games, while North Gwinnett's Bob Spire has done an outstanding job in 10 years at the helm of the Bulldogs, posting a 101-21 record. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Football Fridays in Georgia. Welcome to the All Access Pass pregame show, and I'm Mark Harmon.
And I'm Jackie Britton. And Mark, I had a chance to get to know North Gwinnett defensive end Drew Jordan this week, and defensive coordinator Jason Thompson. Had a really good opportunity to meet those guys and get to know them. And the one thing that I really took away from that was their relationship and their chemistry. Despite the fact that they are 2-3 right now, they are focusing on each day as it comes, not getting too high on the high or too low on the low. So that was fun to get to know those guys this week. Now, as you may know, it takes a village to support a football team, and these teams especially need fuel before hitting the gridiron. And there's one restaurant that keeps the energy up for both Norcross and North Gwinnett, with a little taste of Italy. Just 2 miles away from North Gwinnett High School lies a staple in the Suwanee community. Ippolito's Italian restaurant is known for their authentic Italian food and their savory garlic rolls. We had a chance to see what all the fuss is about. Whatever you do, do not leave Ippolito's without trying these signature rolls. They serve anywhere from 300 to almost 500 on a daily basis, says managing partner Tim Cunningham.
We have fresh rolls every day. It's homemade dough, obviously, with garlic oil right before they're served and some Parmesan cheese. So we're known for our rolls.
The inspiration came from the Ippolito family, who wanted to bring authentic Italian cuisine to the South.
The founders had moved from Connecticut, which is rich in Italian restaurants, and they came down and they wanted to do something like that for the Atlanta area, and I think they did a good job.
As part of the Italian culture, Ippolito's believed in a family-oriented atmosphere, which extends beyond the walls and into the local sports community.
We do a lot of things with the booster clubs and the football games and the volleyball and the softball, sometimes just pre-game meals.
And as for a favorite dish, well, it's hard to pick just one.
Our lasagna is huge. We do all of our pasta in-house. The lasagna, it's homemade. We do a great pizza. All of our dough is made here.
It's not just about what happens in the kitchen. Ippolito's is all about making you feel like you're part of the family.
I hope that they think that they had great service and great food and a great experience overall. As much as I tried to get the recipe, the only thing I could do was walk away with the rolls. Tim, not going to give up that recipe too easily. So guys, we want our broadcast to be a multi-screen experience for you. That means that you can interact with us on social media and through our sports app, GPB Sports. It's completely free, and to explain all of that is our social media correspondent, Raven Tirado. Raven?
That's right, Jackie. We want to get connected with you guys, so don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GPB Sports, and also follow us on Snapchat, same handle, so you can see all the behind-the-scenes action. And right now what we've got going on in the state of Georgia is the 2 student sections. They came out and brought their best. North Gwinnett High School says the theme for Friday is a neon out. We play Norcross, and we need everyone to show up, come ready to cheer. We need to be loud and deep. And then for the Norcross Blue Devils student section said the theme for the Friday is Blue Devil Army, so wear blue and shout out. Guys, don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GPB Sports. Back over to you guys.
Raven, thanks so much. Tonight's game is a great matchup of 2 heralded programs, 2 outstanding coaches, and just tons of talent of players on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Let's check in now with the guys who are going to call tonight's game, Matt Stewart and Sam Crenshaw. Time for a little chalk talk, little X's and O's in a segment we call Extra Point.
All right, thanks, Sam. Let's see if we can't get this extra point through the upright. Let's start with the keys to the game for the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. First and foremost, they have to overcome the injuries and compete.
Absolutely. Injuries have been a problem all season long for this football team. Element's not going to help too much tonight either.
They could have as many as 3 offensive starters out tonight and 2 on the offensive line. Defensively, they've got to stop Norcross' run and make them pass.
That's a tall order when you talk about what Norcross can do offensively. But North Gwinnett has to find a way, some kind of way, to get some, to generate some defensive pressure and make them do what they don't want to do.
Strength of the Blue Devils offense has been their running game, but they're passing for only 76 yards per game. For the Norcross Blue Devils, they need to score or flip the field when they have the ball.
Absolutely, and that's something they've talked about. Coach Maloof wants to see them do. It's a big advantage for them. We're able to make that happen.
And defensively, they can't let North Gwinnett get into a rhythm. Even though the Bulldogs have struggled on offense, when they do get their offense going, they score in bunches.
They can, but Norcross has some guys who are pretty good at being disruptive. We're going to see them in action. I think they're going to be ready to do a big job tonight.
Good job, and we will find out coming up in 30 minutes. That's the keys to tonight's ball game and the extra point.
Thanks, guys. Let's face it can be challenging, especially during the school year, to get your teens away from the fast food, the junk food, and the candy. So to explain how parents can make that easier and have a healthier lifestyle in the house is John Price, the Vice President and Market Leader of the National Accounts for Cigna. John, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Jackie. It's great to be here.
First, I want to talk about for parents who are desperate to kind of overhaul the eating arrangements at home and have a healthy lifestyle. Where do they begin?
I think the best place to begin is to lead by example. You are your child's best role model in everything in life. If they listen to everything, they don't listen to everything you say.
Yeah.
But they watch everything you do. And I think from that platform, they watch what you eat, they watch
right.
what you drink. So you can use that as an opportunity to give them some context about the trade-offs you're making in nutrition and health lifestyle.
And sometimes, the thought of drastically changing a healthy lifestyle like that, can be a little bit overwhelming. What's the best way to approach that?
I think the best way to approach that is to take one small step at a time. Instead of upending everything in your life and your lifestyle, figure 2 or 3 things that you can work on as a family, whether that's a portion style, whether that's nutritional snacks, anything along those lines. Pick 1 or 2 or 3 things that you can do, be successful. It becomes a habit. It can become a lifestyle.
It's also important to note that there will be setbacks. I mean, let's be honest. Twinkies are going to happen. The birthday cake is going to happen. What would be your advice to parents to not get too hard on themselves or too hard on their kids either?
I think the best advice would be to look for progress versus perfection. There's nothing here that is about perfection. If we move forward and have choices and trade-offs that are positive, that can lead to a much more successful path. So with nutrition, you always have that next meal. So no matter how far off you go off path, you can always get right back on.
And my favorite part, it's important to reward yourself a little bit if you're doing well.
Absolutely. Rewards are good. I think incentives work for everyone, so it certainly does for our children.
Okay. John, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Mark, we'll send it back over to you.
Believe me, I know that Twinkies happen. This is a great game, a great region rivalry. John Nelson is standing alongside the outstanding coach of the Bulldogs of North Gwinnett High School, Bob Spire, who earlier this season recorded his 100th career win at North Gwinnett. John, take her away.
Thank you very much, Mark. Here with the coach, and I know this is a little bit of unfamiliar territory when you're looking at wins and losses, but what you've said all week is that just pay attention to what we built and how we've done it, and that's how we get through this.
Yeah, I mean, the mantra's got to be stay the course because we've got a plan that's been successful. But, this is uncharted territory. Typically, this is for the region championship. The 10 years here, we're 5-5 with these guys, and it's typically been for the region championship. Right now, it's just for our survival.
So then what's the week been like?
Well, we've had a great week, but, we patched these guys together, and it's every day's been a new lineup because it's just been one of those years. But that's football, and that's life, and you got to just be all in and next man up.
All right, in 10 seconds, other than that first level stuff, scoring one more point than the other guy, what do you need to do?
We really got to be in the game at halftime. I mean, that's my biggest concern. If we're in the game at halftime, then in this kind of rivalry, a lot of things can happen.
All right, we'll see you out there tonight. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll send it back over to the set. Bob Spire, he's got a tall task ahead of him tonight, guys.
Man, I love Coach Spire. He tells it like it is.
I know. Next man up. I've heard that before with the Patriots plenty of times.
All right. Well, coming up next on the All Access Pass, Matt Stewart drops by to talk recruiting.
Also, we'll see what fans are saying online, and plus a big-time check presentation. All of that and more as we continue our Football Fridays in Georgia All Access Pass on GPB.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
Traveler and Outdoors are back to a little something for everybody.
Fantastic natural history, and it starts and ends on a Georgia beach.
Catch all the fun,
action,
and beauty now on Thursday nights.
Georgia Traveler at 8
and Georgia Outdoors at 8:30.
Thursdays on GPB.
Stay connected to your team like never before with the GPB Sports Football app. Get the latest news. Watch featured games live wherever you are.
Finds a hole. Look at that. Look at that.
Find relevant info on schools and take interactive 3D tours of stadiums around the state. Tweet game highlights from the stands and get up-to-the-minute scores all Friday night. The Gridiron has gone digital. Download the free GPB Sports Football app from the iTunes App Store now.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions, or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
The rain slickers are out. Welcome back to the GPB All Access Pass pregame show for this big Gwinnett County rivalry between Norcross and the Bulldogs of North Gwinnett.
That's right, Mark. This should be an exciting game because both of these teams met back in the state championship game in 2013. Norcross winning that to clinch back-to-back state titles. And a lot of these players that you've seen in this rivalry over the past few years go on to play at the next level.
All right, to talk about some of the key players in tonight's game, we welcome back Matt Stewart, our play-by-play guy for our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting roundup. And right off the bat with North Gwinnett, they have got a wide receiver that is outstanding.
Outstanding, and a name this long. If you're playing Wheel of Fortune with this name, you better win some money so you can buy some vouchers. Josh Imatorbhebhe. This is a tough name there, Imatorbhebhe. ESPN 4-star and ranked the number 18 wide receiver in the nation. He committed to Southern Cal in May. Raised some eyebrows over the summer when he said he might visit Georgia this fall. His brother Daniel, however, was a freshman tight end at Florida, and he's already transferred to Southern Cal. So that probably, although never know until signing day, probably locks him in with the Trojans. He's battled double coverage all season. Has only 12 catches for 221 yards and a couple of touchdowns. But he's a good one, but I don't know if he'll get the ball much tonight.
North Gwinnett also has a junior linebacker that's going to go big time.
Yeah, Drew Jordan is his name. He is a junior linebacker, 6'3", 235. Probably projects out as an outside linebacker at the next level. He's been offered by Duke, Boston College, Wake Forest, and Nebraska. Leads the Bulldogs defensive lineman with 29 tackles, couple of sacks, and 4 tackles for loss. And their defensive coordinator, Jason Thompson, says he plays with a high motor and that he and defensive end Drew Yellett really feed off of each other and really kind of the heart and soul of this North Gwinnett defense. As we take a look at some of the other players to watch on that North Gwinnett roster, Cam Pickett, the running back, committed to Miami of Ohio. Alex Millette may or may not play. He's injured. Committed to Marshall. KJ Hancock may or may not play, injured, playing at Miami of Ohio. Reese Knuckles has been offered by Georgia State. Teron Murray offered by Middle Tennessee. And their sophomore quarterback, Cade Fortin, who's the nephew of former Falcon Roman Fortin, has been offered by Cal.
All right, let's move on to the home team, the Norcross Blue Devils, and they've got a guy who's going to play college ball not too far from home.
Well, we don't know that yet. He's just a junior. He's got 21 offers, but Georgia's high on his list. Notre Dame is high on his list. And I'm sorry, we're talking about Jarrett Cole. I jumped the gun here. Jarrett Cole is committed to Georgia Tech. So, Mark, you're right. He is not going to play too far from here. A 5'10", 183 safety. He's a guy that is their strong safety, has 15 tackles. He's broken up 6 passes. And they've got a nice D1 safety combination there because they got Kendrick Grady that back there beside him, and he's committed to Iowa State.
Now, you got excited because they got the real deal in Robert Beal because he's going to go big time.
I see what you did there. Yeah, real deal Robert Beal, like Evander Holyfield. But Robert Beal, yeah, he's got 21 offers. Georgia, Ohio State, Notre Dame, FSU, really likes the Bulldogs, Fighting Irish, and the Seminoles. And their head coach, Keith Maloof, told us this week that this kid may or may not, he may be as good or maybe even better than Lorenzo Carter, a 5-star defensive end who came out of this school and is now a star for the Georgia Bulldogs and will be playing big-time role in tomorrow's game against the Alabama Crimson Tide. And there's Kendrick Grady, who we were talking about. Jared Simpkins, unfortunately, ACL injury. He's out for the season, but he's a junior, got offers from Louisville and Toledo. And their quarterback, Barron Radcliffe, a junior quarterback. He's been offered by Vanderbilt.
All right, fans, nobody knows recruiting like our Matt Stewart on the College Football Hall of Fame Recruiting Roundup.
And also, as we mentioned before, you can keep up with all of the scores from around the state through our GPB Sports football app. It's free, so you go to the App Store, and we're going to show you a little bit of how this works. I don't know if you can see here. You pull up the app here, and you can see all of the weeks, and we're going to click on GPB HD. That means you can watch the game live. Oh, my fingers might be too cold here. There we go, and you can watch the game live. You can also get a virtual tour of the school. And all that and more as we've continued to play the game here. But, Raven, I think you know the social media better than I do, so I'm going to let you finish explaining that.
That's right, Jackie. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And here's what's trending right now, Hurricane Joaquin. We won't see it make landfall, but we will see a lot of rain, especially in the South Carolina and North Carolina area. But here in Atlanta, 2.5 inches of rain. And as you can see, it doesn't look pretty good behind us. And then the Norcross Blue Crew said also the rain will not stop us from being deep on Friday. And the Falcons are trying to go 4-0. Great start for the Atlanta Falcons this season. Little tweet right here from Georgia followers. The Falcons are the very first team in NFL history to start 3-0 after trailing in fourth quarter for every game. Hashtag rise up. Back to you, Mark.
All right, thanks very much. Now, the Norcross football program has had a lot of success in recent years, highlighted by those state championships in back-to-back years of 2012 and 2013. But the Blue Devils also lead the nation in another category, which I found out about on a very rainy night in Norcross. The Norcross Blue Devils are now the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champions of the world when it comes to the video display scoreboard screens on a high school campus. The tape measure says 29.5 feet high, 51.5 feet wide. In all, 1,513 feet of video space to bring the Blue Devil Nation every highlight, statistic, full screen graphic, and even commercial message.
The student body's really rallied behind it. I think it adds a little bit more excitement to the year. But the bottom line is we got to win football games. But this stuff is fun for our community. It brings a lot of positive attention to Norcross High School and our kids.
Formetco, a company out of Duluth, Georgia, built this giant. Retail, it goes for $750,000, though Norcross acquired it for less than that, and the project was privately funded by 4 corporate sponsors.
We wanted a video scoreboard, but better than what we had, and then it just grew from there. And Formetco researched, and we researched about the biggest ones in the nation, and Formetco wanted to build one of the biggest, so that's what we did.
A staff of 8 students, supervised by a video broadcasting teacher, will bring this Goliath of a big screen to life on each and every game day. And the current Blue Devil players are fired up about being seen larger than life on this Jumbotron.
It's going to be a great opportunity to expose the other team. We win, we practice hard, we play hard, we win all day.
Do you think the other team might be distracted by this big screen?
Yeah, it's the biggest screen in the country, so it's going to distract them. They're going to have to look at themselves. That's why.
Wow, that is incredible. You know who doesn't have a brand new full screen, That is Colquitt County High School. However, we will be down there in a few weeks to check out their brand new school when we go down to Moultrie, Georgia. Now it's time to send things over to John Nelson, who is standing by for a very special check presentation. John, what you got?
Indeed, it is that time, Jackie. Ladies, if you would please. Here with Kirk Erickson, the VP of Regional Segment Sales of Cigna. Come on, close ranks. It's okay. We might be a little wet, but it's all good. Principal Will Bishop here at Norcross High. Thanks for being a part of Football Fridays.
Hey, at Cigna, we're honored to participate and partner with GPB Sports, and we're certainly happy to be here at the home of the Blue Devils, presenting this check to Principal Bishop.
All right. Thanks for once again being a great host to us, and obviously another investment for you.
Yeah, it's great to have this from Cigna, and it's also great. We'll probably put it to use in our media center. We're renovating it now, so looking forward to some great things with this.
And we're going to have folks who are going to be chasing after our jobs if it's invested, in fact, in the media center. Once again, Cigna, great investment with us here at Football Fridays, a great partner. Let's send it back over to the set.
All right, John, thanks very much. Coming up on the All Access Pass pregame show, I talked to the head coach of the Norcross Blue Devils, Keith Maloof.
And John Nelson travels all around the state of Georgia. You'll see more about that in our John's Georgia. Plus, we'll check in with the social media world, see what the fans are saying online at GPB Sports. It's all coming up on the GPB All Access Pass pregame show. Stay with us.
They're my classmates. In 9th grade, there were 100 of us. That's me. Only 56 of us graduated high school. And only 37 of us decided to continue our schooling at 2- and 4-year colleges. Can you believe out of 37, only 9 finished? Guys, we can do better than that. Let's complete the picture.
On Masterpiece.
This land is all yours.
Native chap owns this stretch.
They can do that.
Oh, they do as they please nowadays.
You're unhappy.
I'm not. Just didn't come all this way to run the kitchen and practice my scales.
What did you come for?
How's that sister of yours? Madeline is not the problem. He's losing interest.
I feared as much. Indian Summers on Masterpiece.
Sunday at 9 on GPB.
Right now I'm about 100 feet high, traveling at about 50 miles an hour, just thinking about where I should go next. If you have any ideas, visit us on our Georgia Traveler Facebook page. Gotta go!
Nothing prepares you better for a great career than the Technical College System of Georgia. TCSG colleges produce graduates with the knowledge and training today's top employers are looking for. With campuses across Georgia, state-of-the-art facilities, and outstanding instructors with real-world experience, it's the kind of affordable college education that will fast-track you into a rewarding career. We're building a better future for you. Contact the TCSG college in your area today or go to tcsg.edu.
Welcome back to the GPB All Access Pass pregame show. We're getting ready for this big region rivalry between North Gwinnett and Norcross.
And later, we'll tell you what's going on in the social media world as you can connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at GPB Sports. But first,
we welcome in the author of 5 books, 2 on high school football in the great state of Georgia, Johns Nelson, a segment we call Johns Georgia, brought to you by
Georgia EMC.
All right, we got topic number 1. You visited Louisville, Georgia, and got some early season surprises for this team.
Here's one of them, and they've shown up in the bottom of the GPB polls. They've shown up number 10, number 9. They started off 0-2. We'll take you to last week and show you why Jefferson County is now in the poll. It's because they took on Screven County, and they took care of business. Lost 2 games in non-region, lost 2 tough games. They came back against lesser opponents, finished up 2-2, but getting the win against Screven County, 42-20. We spent time in Washington EMC and Planners EMC to show you why Jeff Comark is in the GPB poll. That's it for topic 1. What's topic number 2?
Topic number 2 is you've got an undefeated team out of Ashburn, Georgia.
And it's the Turner County Rebels. Let's spend some time in Irwin, Middle Georgia, Mitchell, Okefenokee, and Slash Pine EMCs to show you probably the worst defeat Charlton County has had in a long time. You're going to see a lot of Turner County Rebels highlights, and they tried to do the math. The folks at the Georgia High School Football Daily, the worst loss, 44-0, Turner County handed to Charlton since losing probably 40 years ago to a school that doesn't even exist anymore, Wacona High out of Ware County. That's topic 2. What's topic 3 is Turner County is on a roll.
I don't know if we can beat Wacona County.
That's just Wacona High. Ware County, North America. That's where they came up with it, Wacona High School.
All right, well, we're going to talk about Ware County in a very tough region.
So you like synergy. Here's topic 3. Let's spend some time in Okefenokee and Slash Pine EMC one more time. One of the toughest regions in 5A is Region 3. We caught up with head coach Franklin Stevens of Ware County to size up a very tough region for 2015.
We're sitting there with, it's us, it's Coffee. You got to deal with Statesboro, who's been a traditional powerhouse forever. Brunswick's got a new coach, so they're rejuvenated. You've got Glenn Academy, who has a second-year coach over there who did a great job at Walton. So they've got some zest and zeal about, competing for a state championship. You got some other teams at any given day on any given night. They're going to have an opportunity to win football games, but it is a tough region.
And he is not kidding. See, Mark likes synergy, and he likes circles. That's why we went from Wacona High to Ware County High, back-to-back stories.
And at halftime, you're going to talk about the toughest region in maybe the country.
One of the toughest in the state, definitely one of the toughest in the state, toughest in the country. A look at Region 1-6A and what some of the coaches think about this season as we go.
All right, that's Johns Georgia, brought to you by
Georgia EMC.
Jackie.
Thanks, guys. Be sure and find us on social media. If you go to the App Store, you can download our app for free. Type in GPB Sports. It's completely free. If you consider yourself a high school football fan in the state of Georgia, this is the only way to keep up with all the scores from around the state. And as you can see here, you can also stream the game live by clicking on GPB HD, and it'll take you to where we are, give you all the stadium information. Also, you can send us a tweet, send us a photo, and all night long, this will update from scores all over the state of Georgia, so you definitely want to keep up with that. And also all the other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also the newest one is Snapchat to see all the behind-the-scenes action going on here at Norcross High School. Mark?
All right, Keith Maloof is in his 17th season as head coach of the Blue Devils. He has done an outstanding job, including winning back-to-back state championships in 2012 and 2013, and I talked to the head coach just moments ago.
Coach, believe it or not, we're heading into the second half of the regular season, and you've gone 5-0 in the first half. Talk about how the season has gone so far.
Well, we're real proud of how we started in the Dome with Valdosta. You know, it didn't go quite smoothly, but we got out of there with a win. And then we've been able to improve on defense throughout, and we're getting better on offense, and special teams are just, real proud of our young kickers. And right now to be 5-0, the schedule we've played, I'm real proud of our kids, but the tough part's about to happen tonight. We're really good North Gwinnett team coming in, and we've got a lot of tough competition the rest of the year.
I wanted to ask you about the Bulldogs coming in. You guys have a big history. It's a big rivalry and always a fun game to watch.
It is, and it'll always be that way because of the way the schools, proximity and the natural rivalry that we've had over the last 10 years or so. And it's a great game for high school football. Real proud of his program, what Coach Spire's done over there, and we're real proud of what we've done here at Norcross, and it just creates a great atmosphere for the kids and memories of a lifetime, things you'll play on a Friday night, even though it's was going to be a little wet tonight, it's still going to be a great high school football game.
And I tell you, it's going to be a little bit wet, maybe a little bit chilly, but it's football weather.
That's right. This is high school football in Georgia on Friday night, and we're excited about it. And our kids, will come out and prepared and ready and get after it like we want them to.
Hey, Coach, good luck tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
20 years of head coach here in Georgia, 17 here at Norcross. He still has that enthusiasm
Absolutely.
that I love.
And it certainly is football weather. It's about that time. We are counting down to kickoff.
It is the Bulldogs of North Gwinnett
against the Blue Devils of Norcross.
It's game time on Football Fridays in Georgia, live on GPB.
Good grief. Can you believe that Charlie Brown is officially 65 years old tonight? It's been exactly 70 years and 5 since the comic strip known as Peanuts made its debut in 7 American newspapers. That's 65 years of Snoopy chasing the Red Baron. 65 years of Lucy chasing Schroeder. 65 years of Linus chasing the Great Pumpkin. And most of all, 65 years of Charlie Brown chasing that perfect but ever elusive football kick. Nearly 50 years after Peanuts debuted, Schultz retired. After he drew his last strip in 1999, he realized that poor little boy is never going to kick that football. But in truth, Schultz had seen Charlie Brown's perpetual quest as an object lesson in perseverance, a lesson for young Peanuts fans, and a skill essential to all those who would play this game. Tonight, we've got Bulldogs, not Beagles, as North Gwinnett takes the field. Here's a team that knows a little something about perseverance. Coach Bob Spire is back for his 10th year at the helm of this team. Every one of them has been a winning year, and the Bulldogs consistently make it to postseason play. But tonight's home team, the Norcross Blue Devils, might as well be the Red Baron in this equation. Keith Maloof is back for his 17th year as head coach. They also make regular sorties to the postseason. 2 years ago, they took the 6A title in a 31-14 victory over, wait for it, North Gwinnett. Some people call comic strips the funny pages, a throwback reference to the days when people actually read newspapers on paper. But there's nothing funny about what's to take place here at Norcross Stadium. And as much as we all love him, nobody wants to be Charlie Brown tonight. So grab your security blankets and snuggle in for the evening. We're live for another Football Friday in Georgia.
That's a championship team right there.
It's a hot time tonight.
Welcome to Blue Devil Stadium in Norcross for another Football Friday in Georgia. Tonight, it's a rematch of the 2013 6A state championship game as the North Gwinnett Bulldogs meet the 7th-ranked and undefeated Norcross Blue Devils in a big Region 7 6A battle. And a look at those region standings, you'll see that Norcross in a 4-way tie for first place at 2-0. North Gwinnett 0-2 in the region for the first time ever under head coach Bob Spire, desperately needing a win tonight. And good evening, I'm Matt Stewart, joined by Sam Crenshaw. And Sam, it was 22 months ago that Norcross beat North Gwinnett 31-14 in the Georgia Dome for their second straight state title. And this Norcross team, with their stingy defense, might be able to compete for a state title this season. But North Gwinnett, on the other hand, at 2-3, hit hard by injuries, already inexperienced on top of that. They just want to contend for a win tonight.
That's just what they need. Coach Bob Spire will tell you they want to see his team come out and compete tonight. Shut out last week by Mill Creek. They want to get back on track and get a victory. Try to stay in this region race.
Now, we mentioned Norcross and their defense. They've allowed just 10 points the last 3 games, given up less than 57 yards rushing per game, about 183 yards of total offense per game, and they're led by their defensive end, Robert Beal, who's a junior, and head coach Keith Maloof says this young man might be better than Lorenzo Carter, the former Norcross Blue Devil, who's playing for Georgia and playing against Alabama tomorrow.
Lorenzo Carter, better than Lorenzo Carter. That's amazing to put him in that same category. He does so many things so well for them on the defensive side, and he has offers, I think 21 offers he has already with another year to go.
Meantime, North Gwinnett has a lot of college football talent on their roster, but the guy that really epitomizes the effort of competition that they need tonight to get this thing turned around is their 3-year starting linebacker, Matthew Andruski.
He is a guy that Coach Bob Spire just loves. He's a heart and soul type player. Twice this week, he's carried the big stick onto the field. That's the guy on the defensive unit who does whatever it takes to help the team.
And he basically won the game for him at North Cobb back a month ago when he recovered a blocked field goal, ran it back 75 yards for the score, the game-winning score with 5 minutes left in the game. Now, the third member of our team is John Nelson, who spoke with head coach Bob Spire about their sense of urgency tonight.
Thank you very much, Matt. Good evening to you. Good evening to Sam. And thank you for however you are accessing us this evening, whether it's on GPB TV, gpb.org, or the GPB Sports app. This is unfamiliar territory for Bob Spire. You've seen the region standings. Is this a must-win tonight? In the eyes of Bob Spire, the answer is no. Is it a sense of urgency involved? Yes, because he feels that in those top 4 teams right now in the region that are above him, that gaggle at 2-0, that something's going to happen. It always does this time of year. So, if you paid attention to the interview in All Access Pass for Bob Spire, it is all about sticking to the plan. It has been over 15 years since a Bob Spire coach team, regardless of state, has had a losing record, and they lost 2 region games in a row for the first time in his tenure here in Gwinnett County. It'll be an interesting test on a bunch of different levels for a very young, very injured, but very motivated North Gwinnett team. So, Matt and Sam, let's try and light a almost wet October candle for football here on Football Fridays. Back to you.
Absolutely, and of course, second consecutive soggy Friday night. And yeah, it's been a season of firsts for Bob Spire, and all of them bad firsts, Sam. They were shut out last week by Mill Creek 28-0. That was the first time they had been shut out since the 2009 quarterfinals against Camden County. That's a stretch of 67 games.
You know, we talked with Coach Spire for a while yesterday and talked about how he changed the culture when he came to North Gwinnett and got them accustomed to winning, not accustomed to what's happened so far this season.
Their last 2 losses have come by a combined 57 points, and their 3 season losses, including their loss to defending state champion Colquitt County in the Georgia Dome, means they have lost their 3 games by a combined 88 points this season. And Keith Maloof, in his 17th season as the Blue Devils head coach, 133 victories. Much like Bob Spire, he took over a program in 1999 that had no playoff legacy, no football legacy at all, and has turned it into a state championship power.
Remember how it was back then. The power in Gwinnett County was on the other side of 85. Your Parkview, your Brookwood. He brought it to this side, to the other side of Highway 85, and since that time you've seen them win a couple of state championships.
And he has led the Norcross Blue Devils to the state playoffs in 9 of the last 10 seasons, and of course, 28-2 between 2012 and 2013 when they won back-to-back state titles. Now, Norcross started the season with what Maloof says has been their signature victory, a 34-31 win over Valdosta in the Georgia Dome. Won their first 2 games by a combined 7 points, 3 over Valdosta, 4 over Brookwood, but they have come back the last 3 games and outscored Milton, Mountain View, and Duluth by a combined 91-10.
I was around for that Valdosta game and watched them play in that one. Tight game that went back and forth, but you saw something with this Norcross team. They can score in any type of way. Not only the offense, the defense has put points on the board this season, and their special teams score as well. Any coach will tell you when he's getting points from all 3 phases of the game, it puts a big smile on his face and give you an awful lot of chances to win.
Yeah, Norcross has been very opportunistic on defense this year. They've come up with 18 takeaways. They are +6 turnover margin. And you flip the script and you look at North Gwinnett, they're -10 in turnover margin, and that kind of tells the story between a 5-0 team and a 2-3 team.
The inexperience, the youth having to play, the Coach Spire, and then the injuries, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, those things are really taking a toll on this North Gwinnett football team.
North Gwinnett at 2-3, 0-2 in Region 7, 28-0 loss at Mill Creek last Friday night, wearing their red, white, and black tonight. And Norcross 5-0, 2-0 in Region 7, coming off a 47-0 win over Duluth, wearing their blue and silver. 22nd all-time meeting dating back to 1972. Norcross leads the overall series 13-8 after winning 10 of the first 13 in the series. North Gwinnett has won 5 of the last 8, but the Blue Devils have won 2 in a row, including that state championship victory in 2013. North Gwinnett won the toss and has deferred. A short kick going to be taken at the 20-yard line. Omar Sinclair on the return, and finally brought down by Grayson Fowler across midfield. A 34-yard return by Omar Sinclair, and great field position for the Blue Devils to start on offense.
Watch the replay and take a look at this. Turns to the left side and has an opening there. Eludes one defender and almost gets away from the last one. Gets out of bounds. Great place for them to start their first possession of the evening.
Sinclair with the 34-yard kick return to give Norcross the ball. 1st and 10 at the North Gwinnett 45. Blue Devils will play two different quarterbacks. The starter is number 2, Barron Radcliffe. He'll go to the air, hit as he throws, and it is dropped by Jacoby Burrell. And there is Barron Radcliffe, a 6'4", 210-pound junior who's passed for 181 yards, just 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, but he's run for 370 yards, which leads the team. That's a 7 yards per carry average and 74 yards per game on the ground. A junior quarterback who has been offered by Vanderbilt. Nicholas Sermons on the carry. Sermons picks up about 4 yards on the play. As we take a look at the Regions Bank starting lineup for Norcross. And on that offensive line, Devin Bennett at 6'1", 340 is the only offensive lineman who is over 6 feet tall. It is a high school offensive line, but a very good one. Sermons the running back, and Kyle Jones that tight end. Ricky Reed is their top wide receiver with 7 catches for 84 yards. They simply do not throw the ball very much, averaging just 76 yards per game through the air. 3rd down and 5. Radcliffe off the mark at the 20-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down. He's trying to connect with Devin Wallace. And this takes us to one of our keys of the game, and Keith Malou said on offense, their possessions, they either want to score points, obviously, or they want to be able to flip the field. And so right here, they've got a great opportunity to pin North Gwinnett deep for their first possession.
They can do that, and then the defense go after the North Gwinnett offensive unit, try to force a turnover. They've done that a lot this season. High snap.
Sophomore Jake Camarda, who's very good, trying to lay it down inside the 10-yard line, as he is going to be able to do that. And so point number 1, won by Norcross, as they give North Gwinnett very poor field position to start this ball game.
And that's not something that Coach Byer wants to see. If anyway, you want to get some better field position to start this first possession of the night. Try to get some confidence with this football team.
Bulldogs are led by their sophomore quarterback, Cade Fortin. He is the nephew of former Atlanta Falcon Roman Fortin. He's thrown for 652 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, completed 52% of his passes in the first 5 games, averaging 130 per game in the air, but he's been sacked 12 times. The offensive line has had a lot of problems, and they could be without 3 offensive starters tonight. Cam Pickett gets the first carry, and not much running room for Cam Pickett as he gets dropped by Robert Beal. So take a look at the Bulldogs up front. Now, Millette at left tackle, we'll have to check and see. He is out there. He was questionable. He is committed to Marshall. He's perhaps their best offensive lineman, and the right guard, Erickson, is also considered a future D1 prospect. He is just a sophomore at 6'3", 285. In the very first play, we've got a man injured. That's Sean McGinn, who's a backup right tackle on the depth chart, so he wasn't even supposed to be out there to begin with, according to the depth chart. And that might be because Erickson might be hurt. I noticed that Millette was out there.
Millette was there, yeah.
But I don't know about Erickson. I haven't been able to see, and I don't think Erickson is out there. Erickson, number 60. I don't believe he's out there.
This is not something that Coach Byer wants to see. As we said before, injury's been a problem with this football team and the offensive line. Trying to get some cohesion, trying to get some consistency. Awfully hard to do when guys are being injured and coming off the field. And like you said, Millette is one of his stars on that offensive line. He's giving it a go tonight.
So Sean McGinn, the 6'3", 250 junior, has to be helped off the field on the very first play of the game. Fortin to the air. pass complete, pickup of about 5 on the play. Catch was made by Josh Imatorbhebhe, who's the top-rated recruit for either team out on the field here tonight. As we take a look at Regions Bank offense for the Bulldogs, there's Cam Pickett, who is committed to Miami of Ohio. He's their leading rusher at 265 yards per game. And Imatorbhebhe, who is committed to Southern Cal, the 18th ranked wide receiver in the entire country. So 3rd down. Thornton to the air, throws wide of Imatorbhebhe, and it's going to be 4th down.
Seems like they got a mix-up. Imatorbhebhe was looking for him to go toward the sideline, and he didn't. And that pass was an incompletion.
So a 3 and out for North Gwinnett. They will have to punt out of their own end zone or close to it. The junior or senior punter, Grayson Fowler, he has already punted 40 times in their first 5 games, 35.5 yards per kick average. High snap under a heavy rush, and he was able to get rid of it. Great play by Fowler to prevent at least a safety, maybe even a touchdown. And the ball rolls dead at the 40-yard line. North Gwinnett jumps on top of it. They say that North Gwinnett had touched it, and if they had, North Gwinnett might have the ball. If Norcross touched it and North Gwinnett got on top of it, that's going to be the Bulldogs' ball.
North Gwinnett sideline erupts. They feel like they have it. You see Coach Maloof walking almost out the midfield. He's pointing out something. Here's another look at it. It was amazing that he got this thing off. Look at the snap.
Well, Fowler is a wide receiver, so he used his great hands to corral that thing. Now watch the ball. Does North Gwinnett touch it and make it live? Hit his foot right now. He tried to pick it up and then he dropped it. That's a big mistake, so North Gwinnett's got it back at the 40-yard line. I don't know what he was thinking.
Get a stern lecture when he returns to the sideline.
So a break for the Bulldogs. Jordan Fry, his first carry of the ball game. Fry, the 5'8", 176-pound senior, who's rushed for 141 yards on the season. There's Robert Beal leading that defensive line for the Blue Devils. 21 offers. The rest of the Regions Bank starting lineup. Chris Allen, their middle linebacker. They really like him a lot compared to Kevin Lujan as far as his talent level, not as far as effort level. Now, Lujan's a D1 prospect and signed with Cincinnati. But Chris Allen they like a lot. Screen pass drops. Trying to get the ball to Fry. Fry more in the mold of that typical North Gwinnett running back who's a very versatile back who's able to catch the ball, catch those screen passes. Always been a big part of the North Gwinnett game plan. And that's one of the things that the young sophomore quarterback, Cade Fortin, Coach Bob Spire, Sam said he's got to do a better job of integrating his running backs into the passing game. Throws behind.
Pass is incomplete.
Reese Knuckles.
Intended for number 8, Reese Knuckles. That'll bring up 4th down.
So another 4th down, and so for the second time, North Gwinnett will be punting. Let's check in with John Nelson with an update on Sean McGinn.
And your update on Sean McGinn is it looks like he took a shot to his left shin directly. So somewhere in the pile it might have been helmet to shin, and that's what they're looking at right now. And your answer about 60 on the red, white, and black, dressed in his jersey only with a rather stylish orange sweatshirt. So he's not playing tonight.
That's that sophomore guard that they really like a lot, Warren Erickson. So they're down a starting offensive lineman tonight. 27-yard kick by Fowler this time, and this time there are no Blue Devils anywhere near the ball. And so Norcross will go on offense at their own 30.
I think they were told to stay away from it at all costs.
I think so. That big snafu there, although they got the 3 and out, cost them about 30 yards of field position because they would have had it 1st and 10 at the North Gwinnett 40. Instead, their second possession starts 1st and 10 from their own 30. Here comes a blitz, and Radcliffe going to run it. And Radcliffe Radcliffe scoots outside, runs out of bounds at the 42-yard line, picked up 12 and a first down.
He does that so very well, and really from the first game of this season. And as we told you, he does this better than throwing the football. And you see now why they don't mind trusting him to run the ball and why he has the leading ground gainer for this Norcross team this year.
Yeah, Radcliffe, a 4.5 40 guy. The number 2 quarterback, Max Tracy, is a 4.4 40 guy. And head coach Keith Malou says it's just really kind of a gut feel thing between he and quarterbacks coach, passing game coordinator Reggie Standstill as to when they bring him in. Nothing doing on the carry by Sermons as he gets dropped immediately by Michael Germano and Connor Owens as we take a look at the Regions Bank defense. And there's Germano there at the nose tackle position. And Connor Owens with a buck linebacker. They line him up at the end in the 4-3 defense. And in the secondary, Carlos Wade, the Rover, is kind of the leader back there. He's a guy that was out of the program for a year ago at Riverside Military Academy. Has come back and really take on a big-time role in that secondary for the Bulldogs. And a timeout called by the Blue Devils. 7:46 to play in the opening quarter. North Gwinnett and Norcross are scoreless.
Fans would like to continue thanking our leaderboard sponsors this evening. JR's Loghouse.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
Big money 50-50 cash raffle.
Opening 4 minutes, 14 seconds at Norcross. We are scoreless. Let's check in and hear what Bob Spire had to say to his Bulldogs before they took the field tonight.
Let's do this. When we walk out on that field and you cross that line, I want you to just say yourself, out of myself, into my team. Out of myself, into my team. That's what high school football is, guys. We pray for those that are suffering what they're suffering in, and we're thankful for the chance that we have to play football at North Gwinnett and be a part of this group, and be a part of this team. And I'm thankful for you guys.
Bob Spire's team with a 2-game losing streak for the first time in Spire's 10 seasons as the Bulldogs head coach. He told us this week saying that they're just living day to day and practice to practice trying to build this team.
I know. He doesn't look far down the road, just getting through that day, and that's his theme right now with this football team.
2nd down and 11 following the timeout. Radcliffe goes to the air. It's complete to Sermons. He's got a first down. Sermons stutter steps and dropped in the open field by Brian Eberhardt, the Mike linebacker. 14-yard pickup for Sermons.
Nice pass to get some confidence going in the passing game for Radcliffe. Take another look at it here. Just gets it out there. And he knows that Sermons has some space to work. Nice gain there. It moves the chains.
Sermons 214 yards rushing on the season. That was just his 6th pass catch of the year. 1st and 10 from the 44. Complete at the 39-yard line. Complete to Jacoby Burrell. Dante Black dropped him. Pickup of close to 6 on the play.
On the tackle, number 44, Dante Black.
Norcross wearing their sporty chrome helmets tonight.
You like those, don't you?
I do.
That different look. Nice concentration by Uriel to go up, climb the ladder, and bring that one down.
8th catch of the season for Burrell, who stepped into that slot wide receiver position because of the injuries to Jared Simpkins and Michael Cole. Radcliffe going to run for the first down. Dragged down from behind by Drew Jordan. But a first down run of 9 yards for Radcliffe.
Take another look with a high snap, and it was going to be a keep all the way. Hangs on to it. Gets enough yards there for another first down.
Radcliffe already with a couple of carries for 21 yards and a couple of pass completions. So a good start for Radcliffe. First and 10 and going for the home run. Jump ball out there, and it is broken up by DeLon Smith trying to get the ball to Ricky Reed.
Smith with great coverage there. Thought he brought that down for the interception.
On the coverage for North Gwinnett.
Playing great defense for North Gwinnett. He was there stride for stride with the receiver. He's got great position. Thought he had that one. You know what? The receiver played some defense. Sometimes you have to do that. Another look.
Second down and 10 from the 30. Blitz coming off the edge, and Radcliffe going to take a loss. Dropped back at the 41-yard line by Brian Eberhardt again, a quarterback sack.
6-yard line.
That looked like trouble from the very start, Matt. That high snap.
Credit number 25, quarterback sack, Brian Eberhardt.
And North Gwinnett was bringing the blitz on that play. Nowhere for Radcliffe to go.
Second sack of the season for Eberhardt, team leading 40 tackles entering tonight's ball game. His brother Eric starred at North Gwinnett, went on to have a great college football career at Wofford, so a legacy here in this Bulldogs program. Third and 15. Heavy rush again, Radcliffe on the move, lobs it up top, it's caught by Ricky Reed for a first down. Big time play. Carlos Wade kept him from getting into the end zone, but that's a 17-yard pickup that will move the chains.
Fantastic work by Radcliffe to keep this play alive. Eludes the defenders, and almost like a little jump shot there. Tosses it out there. Reed makes the nice catch and gets the first down.
First down and 10 inside the 20. Sermon slips out of one tackle, but not the next. Great job by Connor Owens to get him. Owens, that's a tackle for loss for him, his 4th of the season.
And Owens was back there quickly. And just hung on right here, wouldn't give up on him, brings him down. Great defensive effort.
Yeah, Owens there matched up against number 74. That's the biggest offensive lineman that Norcross has, Devin Bennett at 6'1", 340, but Connor Owens able to beat him with his speed. Blitz is coming off the edge, jump ball at the pylon, and it is broken up. Again, a fine defensive play. They were trying to get up top to Robert Sims, who's got 4 touchdown catches on the season, but Teron Murray broke it up. As you see, the rain is starting to come down a little heavier now.
And that's going to make things tricky anytime you pass with rain falling like this. But watch Murray right there. Great defensive play. As rain is starting to pick up some.
Third down and 11. Trying to run a little screen pass out there for Sermons, and Radcliffe threw behind him. So after a good start, Radcliffe and this Norcross offense sputters, and they'll bring the field goal unit out.
That pass, Sermon simply wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't expecting to throw it at the time. Missed him badly. And so they'll try to get at least 3 points out of this drive. On a night like tonight, that's important to get what you can when you can.
Number 2 quarterback, number 5, Max Tracy is the holder. This is Cole Hanna. And this is going to be a 38-yard attempt. You got a good look at it right there. And it is going to be good. Cole Hanna Now 5 of 6 on his field goal attempts this season, splits the uprights from 38 yards, and Norcross is able to get 3 points out of their 11-play drive. Let's check in with John Nelson.
Here's your meteorological update, confirming what Sam was saying. Yes, it is getting worse down here. 2 separate things. Coach Maloof is trying to get his balls on offense swapped out after every play if he can, but he's having difficulty if the ball goes out on the North Gwinnett side. Hannah, in practice, was hitting from that left side hash in that range without any slippage. In the middle of the field and the near side, as you're watching on TV, Hannah was having difficulty, so that seems to be his good side early on.
That deep on the return for North Gwinnett, number 3, Harris Buckley.
So Norcross caps their 51-yard drive with the 38-yard field goal by Hannah, and a 3-0 lead for the Blue Devils.
And that becomes very tricky, just like John said. You know, you want to get your ball in play. Now on a rainy night like this, you want to keep a drive, the ball for your team to work with when they're on offense.
So Hannah with the kickoff. Ball is going to be taken a foot into the end zone, so a non-returnable kick, and North Gwinnett will be at their 20-yard line.
Once again, if we can place on our student athletes today, please report on the track near the 50-yard line at this time. Thank you.
So it's very odd to see this North Gwinnett team that under Bob Spire has been known for prolific offense. This offense has struggled this season, averaging 19 points per game, 95 yards rushing per game, only 146 yards passing per game, and 19 turnovers, nearly 4 turnovers per game in their 2 and 3 start. Thornton keeping it short, throws low.
Thornton's pass is incomplete.
Jay Sultan, the intended target.
Jay Sultan.
You also look at the opponents that North Gwinnett has had so far this season. It's been pretty tough. When you kick off with Colquitt County, the defending state champions, and you're trying to break in a lot of new players, that's not a good mixture.
Cade Fortin, his older brother Troy, the center, snapping him the ball. Cam Pickett, the run there. We've seen Pickett and Fry, both of those guys, part of the injury list for North Gwinnett. Both of them playing on bad ankles. And when Pickett rolled his ankle early in the season, after a 141-yard performance against North Cobb, their running game really suffered. Third down and 7. Short pass again. Imator Bebe overthrown again. That's the 3rd time they've targeted Imator Bebe. It's been a tough season for the Southern Cal commit. He's been in double coverage most of the year. He's been jammed at the line of scrimmage, a safety coming up over the top.
And Coach Spire mentions the fact that he wished that they could run the offense a little bit more through him, and it hasn't been able to work that way this season.
So Fortin has started 1 for 6 tonight. Fowler gets off the kick. Takes a nice North Gwinnett bounce and then sideways rolling dead at the 38-yard line. A 39-yard kick for Fowler. 3rd punt of the night.
Fans, tonight's game will be broadcast on Georgia Public Broadcasting. The pregame show is hosted by Mark Harmon and Jackie Bertain.
So 1st and 10.
Mark and Jackie will be
from this standpoint, the North Gwinnett offense has had better field position than North Gwinnett. And Baron Radcliffe goes back out there to run the offense. We've not seen Max Tracy yet. Sometimes they roll with Radcliffe the entire half. Sometimes they bring Tracy in for the 3rd series. For the 3rd series, it's Radcliffe again. Well, Germano meets Sermons right there at the line of scrimmage and drops him. Maybe even for a little bit of a loss.
Michael Germano's right there doing what he does so well in the middle and nothing doing. Just shuts that play down.
Alejandro Tavares was also in on that tackle. Wounded duck flips over the head of the intended target. That was Jordan Palmer. And you see Radcliffe rubbing his hands together. Hard to get a dry football and a good grip.
Yep, obviously that's what happened, and he touches his chest, say that was on me.
You know, and a lot of times, it's interesting, a lot of quarterbacks now, because of the technology that now exists in your glove wear, will wear gloves even when it's dry, especially when it's wet, but you see him going with no gloves at all. They have gloves now that are so tacky that they're almost better than your bare hands.
Bare hands, yep.
And another timeout burned by Norcross as Radcliffe went out there and saw something he didn't like, and neither did Keith Maloof, and they burned their second time out of the first quarter. I would say this, to this point, this North Gwinnett defense that has been much maligned so far this season has done a pretty good job, especially against the run, and that was one of their points of emphasis for Jason Thompson, the first-year defensive coordinator. Let's stop the run. Let's make this Norcross team one-dimensional and show us that they can pass the ball, because I don't know that they're convinced they can pass the ball.
Not really, and we saw one possession where Radcliffe completed passes on back-to-back plays, trying to get something going in that passing game so that they can change the pace, but whenever he's gone downfield with the pass, North Gwinnett has always seemed to have an answer defensively, and that's been big for them so far.
Well, here's what Keith Maloof had to say to his Blue Devils before they took the field tonight.
Look, guys, you put yourself in this position. You've done a great job from the time we walked off the field last year. You know the deal. You know what we've done in December. You know what you've done in January. You know all the hard work you've come. And it comes to a great Friday night against a great opponent. We got to take it to them, though. We cannot play like we got to play fast. We got to play hard. We got to play as quick as you've ever played in your life. You understand me?
Really like what Maloof has done with this program, and again, as I mentioned, it really kind of mirrors what Spire has done in North Gwinnett. They took two programs that you didn't think about when you thought about high school football in the state of Georgia, and they've made them into not just somebody that you think about, but somebody you got to beat if you're going to win a state championship.
Absolutely. That man has done an amazing job, and everyone who's followed high school football in the state know about his lineage.
Ball goes to Burrell. Jacoby Burrell across the 50 and still on his feet as they ran the reverse. And Burrell out of bounds at the 42-yard line after a 20-yard pickup.
What a call. What a time for that call. They go for the timeout and now take another look at it. Here's Burrell. He's got blockers in front of him. Follows right here and steals, driving turns, and picks up some extra yards before being shoved out of bounds.
And that's the first time they had really shown that. Burrell had only carried the ball twice for 8 yards the entire season, but that 20-yard pickup right there got it to the 42. But we do have a flag down on the field, and our referee Todd Downs just signaled illegal shift, I believe, is the call against Norcross, so that's going to eliminate the play and back him up 5 yards.
Illegal shift penalty against Norcross. That'll back them up to the 33.
Coach Maloof's got some questions about that, but that one goes off the board.
There's Todd Downs, an assistant coach with the Georgia State softball team. The program has made great leaps and strides there, competing for the Sun Belt Conference Championship, made it to the semifinals of that tournament back in May. On 3rd and 5. Trap his run to Sermons, spin move, first down, second spin move, and he lost his balance, but he picked up the first down.
What a run.
Got a little dizzy after that second spin move and went right down.
I think he did. Nicholas Sermons, trap was open for him there.
22-yard pickup for Sermons.
And here he comes right at you. Lose that defender, then the spin, and he spins again.
Yeah, the second one, he got dizzy and fell down.
What an effort.
5 carries, 25 yards for Sermons to start the night. Stutter step in the hole, gets himself to the outside. Picks up about 4 yards to the 40. Connor Owens, Dante Black in on that tackle for the Bulldogs. And another flag down.
Connor Owens Holding against Norcross.
And another penalty. Norcross has been bedeviled by penalties, if you will. 115 yards per game in penalties.
And that's not good as you look at this team going forward. I mean,
offense, replay, first down.
When you get into the second season, those are the type things you can't afford to have. You want to go forward and have a chance to get to that championship weekend.
And Sam, it's not just the penalty yardage. It's the yardage you lose because of it. So they've erased 25 yards in gains with their 2 penalties so far tonight. That's Ricky Reed, and a nice stick in the open field by Andruski, who he talked about off the top, and Andruski gets him on the ground at the 46.
On the tackle for North Gwinnett, number 12.
Great catch by Reed.
Matthew Enders.
Hang on to it even after taking the big shot by Andruski. Nice solo stop.
Andruski, number 12, bam.
Right there.
3-year starter, 5'10", 195 senior. And Jason Thompson, the DC, head coach Bob Spire, they couldn't say enough about this kid. Said that Andruski's what high school football is all about, and here comes on the blitz. Sets up the screen, and Sermons gets body slammed at the 45. Brian Eberhardt, so that linebacker combo with Eberhardt and Andruski bringing the lumber on back-to-back plays.
47, Yellett was also in on that play, and he's down, got up, tried to walk off the field, and he's down once again. Take another look at it. Andruski was bringing the heat on the blitz.
Threw him down like a rag doll.
Got inside those blockers, blew up that play. The 47 is still down.
And Drew Yellett, the 6'2", 230 junior defensive end, looks like he has hurt his right arm. That right arm might have got trapped underneath the body slam. And so he had 2 bodies fall right on top of that forearm of his, maybe his hand.
Yeah, looking like hand, maybe the arm.
Yellett's a guy they can't afford to lose. Yellett and Drew Jordan have really kind of been the heart and soul of this defensive unit up there on the front line. They run a lot of 3-3 stack. When they go 4-man front, they'll bring Connor Owens up and put his hand on the ground. And that's been effective for them, but man, they have had a hard time defensively. 2 weeks ago, they gave up 515 yards of offense in their 52-23 loss at Collins Hill. 3rd and 11, play gets blown dead.
There's a flag down.
Looks like
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, replay, third down.
3rd penalty of the quarter for Norcross.
You mentioned it, and here it is again. For a team that is 5-0 and on top in this region, this very, very difficult region, to see him penalized this way at this stage of the season, not what Coach Maloof wants to see at all.
Well, they've been living on their defense, and in the first quarter, they throw a shutout against this North Gwinnett offense. A 3-0 lead for the Norcross Blue Devils on Cole Hanna's 38-yard field goal. Rain falling again. Seems like that's been the story throughout the entire state of Georgia. 3-0 as we head to the second here in Norcross.
So I just did me some talking to the sun.
It brings out the best in all of us. Regions, every day is game day.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions. Or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
At the heart of our community are the businesses that don't skip a beat. Georgia's electric membership cooperatives stand behind local commerce. Whether keeping farms running or shining a light on new ventures, we bring business, large and small, to our communities. Creating jobs, driving development, supporting dreams. Georgia's EMCs, powering our businesses, lighting the way.
Stay connected to your team like never before with the GPB Sports Football app. Get the latest news. Watch featured games live wherever you are.
Finds a hole. Look at that. Look at that.
Find relevant info on schools and take interactive 3D tours of stadiums around the state. Tweet game highlights from the stands and get up-to-the-minute scores all Friday night. The Gridiron has gone digital. Download the free GPB Sports Football app from the iTunes App Store now.
Start of the second quarter, Norcross with a 3-0 lead on North Gwinnett. Matt Stewart and Sam Crenshaw with you upstairs, and John Nelson down on the sideline with an injury update on Dixon Yellett.
Yeah, we caught up. I'm looking at Dixon Yellett right now, and it looks like it was an injury to his right hand. The medical staff is having him make fists, and they're looking at the joints where I guess the base of the hand meets the fingers, and they're touching the base of his hand, and he's in a great deal of pain right now. My guess is it's going to be ice and tape, and they'll try to get him out there as soon as they can.
Well, they cannot afford any more injuries. Already out today is their offensive guard, their right guard, Warren Erickson. I believe that wide receiver KJ Hancock probably not playing either. Number 11, have not seen him on the field. He was listed by Coach Spires questionable for this ball game. Started the second quarter, and Radcliffe on the run. And he will run for the first down. Andrusky drives him out of bounds, but the first down carry by Radcliffe right there. That puts him at right around 60 yards rushing here, just 12-plus minutes into the game.
Here's another look at it. That is what he seems to do when trouble arises. He can find a way to get out of it. He's elusive. He's got good speed. Not enough to sustain this drive.
Okay, two corrections. Number one, he didn't pick up the first down. No. And number two, he's got close to 30 yards rushing, close to 60 yards passing. Ball hits the ground at the last moment. Good job by Chase Young to back off of that thing in the last second and not risk trying to field it and fumble it. But once again, very poor field position for North Gwinnett after a 35-yard kick by Jake Camardo. And we told you Norcross has been winning with defense. Look at the total team yards through the first 12-plus minutes. 95 yards for Norcross, just 11 for North Gwinnett. No first downs for North Gwinnett. 5 for Norcross. This is just something that high school football fans in Georgia have not been accustomed to seeing. A North Gwinnett offense that gets shut down, and that's going to be a safety.
In the end zone.
Let's see, does he get
like
2
the ball
points?
will be marked just
They're gonna mark it
inside
at
the
the
1 yard line.
Okay, they're going to rule that the tackle, the first part of the hit came inside the field of play. Jarrett Pinkney going to hit him inside the 1 yard line. Yep, that's the right call. Yep, not a safety. Pinkney with the quarterback sack, and that is his third of the season. Gives him 3.5 on the year.
Now what do you do offensively? You backed all the way back to your 1 yard line.
Well, you don't lose another half yard, that's for sure.
Straight ahead on the carry, number 2, Jordan Fry.
Fry on the carry. He got about 2 on the play. Monty Montgomery making the tackle. First time we've called Monty Montgomery's name today. Team leading 64 tackles on the season Blue Devils linebacker. 3rd down and long for the sputtering Bulldogs offense. Fortin, intercepted. Intercepted by Kendrick Grady.
Kendrick Grady, interception.
Look at Fortin, and he's trying to just find a receiver out there, lobs it out there. Grady is right there.
7th interception of the season for the Blue Devils, and their 19th takeaway. First pick of the year for Kendrick Grady, who committed to Iowa State back on September 11th.
Offense got a real short field to work with here.
And Max Tracy now in there at quarterback, hands off to Sermons, and Sermons going to scoot into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 3, Nick Sermon.
Didn't take long to catch that one. Off the turnover, very first play, and Sermons gets him on the board for 6 more.
Only number 99, Cole Hanna, to attempt the extra point.
Sermons with his 3rd touchdown run of the season.
And the kick is good.
Cole Hanna now 18 of 19 on his PATs, and Norcross with a 10-0 lead. So Norcross wastes no time cashing in following the pick by Grady. Tracy hands off to Sermons. Sermons does the rest.
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
The insurance industry is a relationship business. I try to be out in the community, as much as I possibly can. We're local agents in the community. We're part of the community.
I love doing business in the town that I live in.
My clients are my friends.
They can just step in my office and say hello. That's very important to me.
We want to be available to them in case they need us.
You get a lot of reward personally going home at night knowing that you've taken care of folks.
Two minutes into the second quarter, Norcross with a 10-0 lead on North Gwinnett. GPB is excited to introduce a new series from Masterpiece that combines the drama of a nation's quest for independence with the passion of deeply intertwined lives. Set in India during the twilight of the British Empire, Indian Summers explores the collision of cultures in a changing world. There's sure to be more than enough drama to last you until Downton Abbey returns. It's Indian Summers, Episode 2. It airs this Sunday at 9 p.m. Sunday nights are drama nights on GPB.
Back heat for North Gwinnett, number 3, Horace Buckley. And number 33,
if you will,
Jordan
a one-play 10-yard scoring drive. If one play is a drive, it took 6 seconds. Kendrick Grady set it up with his pick and 17-yard return. And here's your TCSG touchdown replay.
Watch him follow that guy, 77. That's the center. Sam Dingle. You got a body like that out in front of you. Just follow that guy right.
Just hide behind him.
There you go.
Rest in his shadow. 10-0 Norcross. Remember, Norcross has given up just 10 points the last 3 games combined. So North Gwinnett in some trouble already. Against Keith Maloof and his stout defense led by his defensive coordinator, Pat Standard. Todd Downs, that's another penalty on Norcross. So they bring the ball out to the 35 after the ball went out of bounds. That's the 4th penalty on the Blue Devils.
least that's good working room for the North Gwinnett offense. Now let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, this is their best field position since they recovered the fumbled punt at their own 40-yard line. Cade Fortin has had all kinds of trouble tonight. Only one completion and one interception. Cam Pickett trying to get to the outside, and Pickett up close to the sticks. Kendrick Grady, who made the pick a few moments ago, makes the tackle on that play.
Trying to get something good going offensively, and here comes Pickett following a block and gets a first down.
Pickett, 265 yards rushing on the season. 141 of them came in their 29-28 victory over North Cobb. He is committed to Miami of Ohio. Ooh, big stick right there as we see Ryan Lovelace carry the ball for the first time tonight. That was Jarrett Cole, the Georgia Tech commitment, who laid the lumber.
By number 24 for the Blue Devils, Jarrett Cole.
Josh Imatorbhebhe, ESPN 4-star. He committed to Southern Cal back on May 18th. Raised some eyebrows during the summer when he told reporters that he might visit Georgia, making people think he might flip from Southern Cal. But Sam, his brother Daniel, who was a freshman tight end at Florida, has already transferred out to Southern Cal, so probably a very good bet that Josh Imatorbhebhe will follow him to Los Angeles next season.
I think we'll see him out on the West Coast from Southern Cal for sure. Talented player, great student, and just great to have on this football team. They just want to see him get a chance to do more this year.
Really frustrated, been blanketed by double coverage all year long. Pickett runs for the first down. Steps out of bounds. Second first down of the night for North Gwinnett, and both have come on this possession.
First down, North Gwinnett.
They're having some success going on the left side, and one of the guys we talked about, Alex Millette, who is playing tonight, and that's over on his side of the ball. He's getting some things done on the left side and having some success running the football.
Pickett now 5 carries for 20 yards.
There's a look at Millette. Was questionable for this game.
Benches 385, squats 485, and committed to the Marshall Thundering Herd. Right up the middle, Pickett again. So North Gwinnett trying to dial up that running game a little bit, mix it in with the short passing game, and it's worked effectively as Monty Montgomery makes the tackle, but Pickett cuts the yard distance in half with that run right there.
7 yards to go.
Nice run once again on the left side of that line. They're having some success.
So Pickett out of the ball game, and Lovelace in there. He'll get the handoff. Lovelace runs for the first down, but there's a flag down on the play.
Ryan Lovelace on the carry.
Chris Allen gets him on the ground. Play's probably going to come back though.
First down, North Gwinnett.
13-yard pickup for Lovelace, the number 3 running back in the rotation.
Take a look. Look at this.
Yep, there was the hold right there on Monty Montgomery. The hold was not on Monty Montgomery. He was the one who was being held.
Being held.
During the run, holding, offense, replay second down.
Back him up to the Norcross 49-yard line.
That's a setback for an offense that have been getting things going in the right direction.
Second down and 15.
Bulldogs already 2-3 on the season. They haven't lost 4 games in a season since 2005. That was the year before Spire arrived. Pickett back in there, trying to get to that edge, and he runs the sideline and steps out of bounds.
Still on that side of the ball, we talk about Millette and Robbie Hirschman, also 51, is doing good work for the North Gwinnett offensive line.
Didn't give him much of a gain on that play, so third down and 10 now. Ball at the Norcross 43. Best field position of the night for the Bulldogs. That's a lateral. And Imatorbhebhe going to throw a long pass, and it's caught by Fry. Caught by, not Fry.
Buckley.
Caught by Horace Buckley for the touchdown.
Didn't see that one coming. You talked about Emmett
I didn't
Torbebe.
see it, and Norcross didn't see it coming either.
You talked about Emmett Torbebe a little while earlier, and the fact that disappointed that he hasn't been able to do more. An opportunity to get some touches with the football and just make some things happen. And this is a great opportunity right on this pass play, and they get a touchdown.
Manuel Herrera in to attempt the extra point.
First catch of the night for Buckley, who statistically was their leading receiver coming into the night with 13 catches. And the PAT by Herrera makes it a 10-7 game.
7 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The score now, Norcross 10.
So how about this trickeration right here on the TCSG touchdown replay?
There's Emmett Torbebe, and he kind of shot puts it out there. But it works.
That was a pretty good shot, but not much of a follow-through right here. He just kind of slings it out there, and Buckley runs under it for his first touchdown catch of the season.
You do what you have to do when things have been going the way they've been going for this North Gwinnett football team. And that's a nice drive for them, Matt. You know, they started on a 30, had some working room, and they managed to get some points on the board. It's a big confidence builder for Coach Spires' team.
7 plays and 65 yards. They did not have a first down in the game until that drive. They picked up 3 and a touchdown to cut the Norcross lead to 3.
Number 98, Manuel Herrera taking off for North Gwinnett.
So Herrera, but watch out, that's Fowler also the punter. Let's see who takes the kick. Either one of these guys, either Herrera or Fowler is going to take the kick. And it is Herrera who squibs it along the ground. It's going to be picked up at the 17-yard line. And Sinclair, who had a 34-yard kick return earlier, returns the ball across the 30 as we check in with John Nelson.
All right, gentlemen, it is that time where we go around the state, so we're going to say the magic words and
This
kick
Monday
it.
night from 6 to 9 p.m.
We'll show you what's going on around the state. We're going to drop in on McEachern and Marietta. Right now, it is a battle of field goals, and all of them are McEachern's right now. 2-0 if you want to call field goals. Right now it's 6-0. McEachern leading Marietta. A lot of ranked teams in some tussles tonight. McEachern's one of them, and we'll have McEachern and North Cobb next week on Football Fridays. There's your early look at life in Cobb County. We'll have more as we go back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Nelly. The GPB Army headed to Powder Springs next Friday night. Sinclair on the carry, not much for him right there. Sinclair, their second leading rusher, came into the night, 38 carries for 174 and a 4.6 yards per carry average. As Max Tracy has taken over at quarterback, second series for him. His first one was just a one-play series. Tracy, a 4.440, so they don't lose any speed with the transition at quarterback. Tried to float the ball out there to Sinclair, and it's way off the mark. Tracy has been the little bit better passer. 14 of 28 on the season for the 5'11", 163 junior, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Threw 3 touchdown passes in last week's 47-0 win at Duluth, and all 3 went to Robert Sims. Third down here. Third down and 9. Screen pass, and Sinclair can't get it. And a 3 and out for the Blue Devils. And you know, Sam, and that's always kind of the argument that people have had against having a dual quarterback system. You get a rhythm flowing, and then you make that change at quarterback, kind of breaks the rhythm. I don't know if that's what just happened there, but they go 3 and out.
Well, it's the second year, I think, that Coach Malufa has had that. Last year, I think he had 2 quarterbacks sharing the job for a good bit of the season. So he's brought it in. It's been successful so far. It didn't seem like they did, and then we got a penalty here on the punt. They're stacking them up tonight.
5 penalties in the first half for 35 yards against the Blue Devils.
Norcross, that'll back them up 5.
They've all been the ticky-tack variety, all of them 5-yard penalties. Jake Camarda averages 41 yards per kick, just a sophomore. Keith Maloof says he's already a D1 punter. That's a nice kick right there. Knuckles lets it hit on the ground and take a Norcross roll dead at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will be on offense when we come back from sending it to John Nelson.
It is time to use those magic words. Go ahead and kick it. We'll let you know what else is going on in Cobb County. Take a look at Woodstock and Lassiter. This game has been tied. It was 7-6 Woodstock. Now it's 14-6. Right now that is second quarter as they're heading to the half. Also going on, North Cobb leading Hillgrove in the second. Cherokee up 17-7. Roswell leading Walton 20-7 second quarter. That's more life in Cobb County back upstairs.
Yeah, Roswell and Walton, 2 teams ranked 3 and 4 in the GPB 6A top 10. Both of them unbeaten. That is a big game. Could decide the Region 5 championship. Certainly will determine who's the leader at the halfway point. Lovelace with the carry. He picks up close to 5 on the play for Ryan Lovelace, 5'8", 188 junior. 14 carries for 93 yards, but has become a much more involved part of the running back rotation with the bad ankles for Pickett and Fry over the last couple of weeks. That's Fry. And Monty Montgomery drags him down.
What a stop.
15th tackle for loss this season for Monty Montgomery.
Montgomery moving in a hurry for the solo stop. Take another look at this one. And he's coming in a hurry.
Keith Maloof told defensive coordinator Paul Standard 2 years ago when Montgomery was a 9th grader that this kid is going to be special, and he has certainly proven to be that. He's taken 2 turnovers back for touchdowns already this year. A 40-yard fumble recovery return against Brookwood, a 20-yard fumble recovery return against Duluth, as the Bulldogs use a timeout on 3rd and long. Every week on GPB, Georgia Traveler crisscrosses the state looking for the most fun, friendly, and often free activities to enjoy with the whole family. From Atlanta to Savannah, the mountains to the coast, see all the best Georgia has to offer on Georgia Traveler, now on Thursdays at 8, only on GPB. Speaking of Georgia Travelers, we are just 2 weeks away from our trip to Moultrie, Georgia.
Yes.
For Colquitt County, defending state champions, playing host to the Valdosta Wildcats of Wintersville, USA.
Oh, won't that be a special time? Yes, especially whenever those two programs get together. But this year, the great expectations down part of the state. Can't wait.
3rd down. And long coming up here for the Bulldogs. 2 and 3. Bob Spire says they're not used to it, don't expect it, don't like it. Been a great 9-year run for North Gwinnett. Year number 10, been a famine. Trying to change that here in a rainstorm at Norcross tonight. Fortin up top. Again, Buckley, who had the touchdown catch a few moments ago, the intended target, and the pass was nowhere near to being complete. And it's going to be a punting situation for North Gwinnett. That last drive, the 7-play, 65-yard drive with 3 first downs and a touchdown, man, that was like manna for Bob Spire and this team. They were held to 4 first downs against Mill Creek last week. Spire says he's never had anything like that happen.
Look at this.
And the fake doesn't work. Andruski, the up-back, took the snap. Or was that, no, it was Andruski, the up-back, who took the snap and threw the pass. Was trying to get the ball to Dante Black, and it falls incomplete, so they give up field position. That was a huge gamble by North Gwinnett right there that blew up in their face.
And he was being defended all the way. Wasn't very wide open. But now you give the ball to Norcross, and they got pretty good field position to work with.
Andruski's been a 3-year starter at linebacker, a real go-getter for this defense, but he's not much of a passer. Big, strong run right there by the fullback. Jalen Pedrew gets his first carry of the night.
Watch
Here's
this.
Number 26, Jalen Pedrew.
Comes right up through that gap.
On the tackle
Following
for
big
North
77 we
Gwinnett,
mentioned
number 32,
earlier.
Jordan Redmond.
Sam Dingle.
First down, Norcross.
A lot of that's just extra effort, second and third effort.
Pedrew again.
Number 26, Pedrew, the ball carrier, down to the 14-yard line.
Back-to-back carries for Pedrew. Only 9 carries in 5 games coming into this contest tonight. So a couple of back-to-back carries there by the 5'9", 190 junior fullback, giving the North Gwinnett defense just something else to consider. This time the tailback gets it. And Sermons.
Nick Sermons, the ball carrier.
Dropped by Teron Murray, the cornerback. And it's going to be 4th down.
By number 15, Teron Murray.
Or third down, pardon me, 3rd down.
Giving him a change of pace here. To the left side, and he's got a little more speed. So
3rd down and 3 yards to
finish play. Doesn't mind having some contact.
3rd down and 3. North Gwinnett trying to erase that mistake they made on the fake punt with a big defensive stop right here. Tracy being rushed, and the quarterback sacked back at the 21-yard line. Andruski and Eberhardt combined for the sack.
Number 25, Eberhardt.
And at best, Norcross will have a field goal attempt right here.
What a defensive effort by Eberhardt and Andruski.
Will be Cole Hanna in to attempt a
running down Tracy for
field
the
goal.
sack. What a time for that defensive play. Eberhardt shoots right through there.
Now Hanna, who hit a 38-yard field goal earlier, will try another 38-yard kick, and this from the right hash mark. High snap, kick on the way. And it is going to be no good. Under the crossbar.
No good.
Didn't have enough oomph on that one. And what a big defensive stand by North Gwinnett right there after they surrendered incredible field position to Norcross after botching the fake punt. They throw a shutout on the Blue Devils.
That play, that sack makes the difference. Put him just out of that field goal range for that attempt.
Mark and Jackie will be joined in the set with John Nelson and Raven Toronto.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
All right, we won't use the magic words, but we will let you know what's going on in Region 1-6A. We'd like to welcome them to Region Play finally. A couple of updates. Camden is now taking a 9-7 lead on Valdosta. Colquitt and Lowndes are going back and forth. Right now it's 15-14 Colquitt. And Lee County and Tift. Lee had a 14-0 lead. Tift has scored. It's now 14-7. All those are second quarter scores back upstairs.
Thanks, Nelly. Pickett on the run.
Cameron Pickett.
Chris Allen, the linebacker,
Carry out to the 23-yard
on the
line.
tackle as Pickett picks up about 4 yards on the
Chris Allen with a
play.
tackle
Big
for
battle
Norcross.
coming up next week in Region 1. The two teams that are unbeaten heading into tonight, Colquitt County and Lee County. Both of them ranked in the top 6 in the state. Will be meeting in Moultrie. Approaching 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Fort has completed only 1 pass the entire night. And he's sacked by Pinckney. Back at the 15-yard line. Second sack of the night for Jalen Pinckney.
Pinckney comes on, makes the solo stop.
All right, Norcross, let's make
Great
some
play
noise
by him.
for your
Great time for it.
Vandy coaches told number 44, Jalen Pinckney, if he was able to get 4 or 5 sacks this season, they'd offer him. Well, the junior now has 4.5 sacks on the season, so he might be on the cell phone asking him to pay up after the game.
Get that phone call.
North Gwinnett 0 for 5 on 3rd downs as Pickett gets submarined by Grady. Or was that Damian Williams? That was Damian Williams, the cornerback, who submarined him at the 25-yard line.
You hear that?
I've had a chance to call Damian Pickett's name tonight. He had 4 interceptions in one game against Meadow Creek 2 weeks ago. 4th down, another punting situation for the Bulldogs.
What a defensive stop there. Heard that one all over the stadium.
Line drive kick by Fowler. And Burrell will pick it up at the 36. And he gets stopped in his track. Connor Owens, the first guy to tackle him. 41-yard kick by Fowler. And Burrell's been very dangerous, averaging over 15 yards per punt return this season. But nothing doing right there. As you take a look at the Blue Devils, 2-time state champions back-to-back in 2012 and 13 5-region titles, all but one of them coming under head coach Keith Maluk. 49 players now playing college football right now. Made the playoffs 10 of the last 11 years. Prior to 2005, they'd had only 5 playoff appearances in school history. And it's that man right there that you can pat on the back and give credit to, Keith Maluk. Radcliffe back in there, quarterback, high throw, intended for Burrell, and the rover,
pass is intended for number 10.
Carlos Wade, knocks it down. Ricky Reed, pardon me, not Burrell, but Ricky Reed, number 10.
Coverage, number 32.
A little hard to read those silver numbers sometimes.
The silver numbers on they go along with those helmets that you
look good. I don't know how functional they are for the play-by-play man, but they look good. And maybe that's all fashion over function, right? So 2nd down and 10. Radcliffe hit as he throws and nearly intercepted. It was right in Everhart's hands.
He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it.
Intended for number 45, Everhart.
Had some great pressure coming off the edge right there. Violent collision. Andruski just blew right through Sermons, the blocking pack. Watch Andruski. He just blows him back and hits Radcliffe as he throws. We talked about Andruski off the top, and you talked about the big stick. And more often than not, it's Andruski who's got that big stick.
Everhart still thinking that. I can't believe it was right there.
Timeout called by North Gwinnett.
North Gwinnett.
With 1:56 to play in the half. All in all, this has been a great half of football for a North Gwinnett team that has had their hats handed to them the last 2 weeks, losing by a combined 57 points.
And they're getting set to head to the locker room here, and they are in this game. And you know, Coach Spire will go in and tell them, look, you guys got a chance in the second half to come out and win this football game. You're out there, you're doing great things defensively. We've had a drive, sustained a drive all the way in for a touchdown. Some great things that have happened for this team. To come back and bottle it up and bring it back in the second half, that's going to be the charge he's going to challenge them with in the locker room at halftime.
And let's face it, Sam, that defensive unit has been the story of the game for the Bulldogs in the first 2 quarters, and it might be upon Bob Spire's defensive unit to come up with something and maybe score a touchdown themselves. Offense has not generated anything. Their only touchdown came on a trick play, a touchdown pass by Josh Imator-Bebe to Horace Buckley.
And that was it. You know what? When things have been going the way they've been going for this North Gwinnett team, you take them the way you get them. You go to the locker room now and say, hey, because of that, we're in this game. We have an opportunity to come out in the second half. We still got a minute 56 to go here before halftime, though. Let's have this defense hangs on.
3rd down and 10. Stop right here for North Gwinnett. Gives them a chance to go on offense again for the half ends. That's the tunnel screen and nothing doing. Drew Jordan there to make the tackle on the pass completion to Ricky Holloman.
Number 59 on the tackle.
Drew Jordan, big guy, 6'3", 235. He's got offers from like Duke, Boston College, Nebraska, Wake Forest.
Back on the coverage.
Clay Harris, 10, first catch of the year for Clay Harris, not Ricky Holloman. And Holloman with Harris with the catch, but it's going to be 4th down. North Gwinnett has 1 timeout remaining, so they have a chance here. Deep kick, man, Camarda Just let the air out of that thing, kicked the air right out of it. 43 yards, but it wasn't the distance as much as it was the height. Just no chance of return whatsoever for Chase Young.
He boomed that one.
And so North Gwinnett at the 20-yard line here with 67 seconds left in the half.
That's time. You come out, do you go for something else? Do you pull something else out of the bag of tricks to try to get you down in position to at least get a field goal attempt before halftime? You do have time to do that.
Yeah, but Cade Fortin's got to get it going here. He's 1 for 8, 6 yards and an interception. And again, that one pass completion for the touchdown was the wide receiver Ima Torbebe. Fortin hit as he throws and nearly intercepted. Floated it out there. And Kendrew Wynn, who had a pick 6 to win the Brookwood game in week 2 of the season, nearly had another. You see Fortin, he took a shot. Fortin took a lick at the end of that play. 2nd down and 10. Lovelace, man, he got body slammed. The wrestling move right there by Chris Allen to pick him up and throw him down.
Halted this forward progress. There's a hold there for a brief moment. Not long, though. Got a couple of yards.
Yeah, it looks like North Gwinnett, unless they take a shot right here, they're content to run the clock out. After that floating pass by Fortin, they might be thinking it might be best just to get into the locker room and not turn the ball over down here in our own end. They did that once already tonight, and their defense came up with a big stand. And Lovelace trying to get around the end, got by one man and another. Ryan Lovelace dropped at the 48, so stop the pressers. They got one timeout left in 10 seconds. Time to take a shot and get in field goal range.
They're obviously expecting pass. And give this to the left side, and he is a nifty runner. Big offensive gain for North Gwinnett. Now let's see what they do. Got 8 seconds to go.
Fortin spikes the ball, so if you can run a quick play, you might be able to run Herrera out there for a field goal attempt. He has a long of 36 this year. So in order to get in that range, you got to get to about the 20-yard line. So you need about 26 yards in order to get to about a 36-yard field goal. Fortin up top down the sideline. Fowler, the intended target, couldn't run under it. Now you just got a Hail Mary because there's 2.3 seconds left in the half.
He was feeling the heat. Big pressure from Jalen Pinckney on that play. He's coming fast. Put a hit on him after he got rid of the ball.
Pinckney's already got 2 quarterback sacks tonight.
As both the North Gwinnett Bulldog Marching Band and your Norcross
15 quarterback sacks surrendered by that North Gwinnett offensive line this season. Final play of the half in all likelihood. And nearly intercepted at the 41-yard line as the pass comes to a close. Chris Allen diving for the ball, and the first 2 quarters have come to an end with Norcross on top 10-7. And all in all, Sam, it's been defense.
Yeah.
And North Gwinnett's defense has really been the surprise. We knew Norcross had a great defense. North Gwinnett's defense had been suspect. They played well in the first 2 quarters. And there's John Nelson with Keith Ballou.
You knew it was going to be one of those nights. You knew it was going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, I knew it. They're a great football team. You know, the record is no indication of what kind of team they are and what they believe in. You know, and it's about us. We got to execute. We got to take advantage of some mistakes that they're making, and we didn't do. Miss a field goal, didn't score, had a couple opportunities. But, you know, we'll settle in. We're good. We're going at half with the lead. You know, slowed the momentum down. That's what North is good with. They get a momentum going. We slowed that down. Now we just got to come out and settle in and play some good football second half.
Defensively, you had him in check, and then the trick play happened.
We've let the trick play, and then we'd let them run a few. But we'll correct all that. We'll get it going. We'll be fine. We just got to come out and play great.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yes, sir.
Halftime show starts right now.
Thank you, John Nelson. Coming up on the Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show, we'll hear from both marching bands, both Norcross and North Gwinnett. Plus, we'll find out what folks are talking about online with Raven Tirado.
And also, John Nelson will put the principals to the test in Are You Smarter? And I will test your knowledge on some Georgia laws that you may not be aware of. All of that and more coming up on the GPB halftime show. Don't go anywhere.
The new College Football Hall of Fame and Chick-fil-A Fan Experience puts fans closer to the game experience. Featuring over 30,000 square feet of college football interactive exhibits. Tickets available at cfbhall.com.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions. Or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
Providing safe, affordable, and reliable electricity requires more than bucket trucks and utility poles. These are the faces behind your power. For more than 75 years, Georgia's nonprofit, member-owned electric cooperatives have been on a mission to brighten the lives of more than 4.5 million Georgians. We are Georgia's EMCs, proudly serving our members, lighting the way.
Teachers have the unique ability to be able to engage their learners, but more importantly, to ignite in them this passion for learning, to becoming lifelong learners, so that they don't just learn in school, but they take that with them, that intrinsic motivation to want to know more, and they use it in college, they use it in their careers. Having the vision to do this in the classroom will help the students to reach their destiny, whatever it may be. Doctor, lawyer, teacher, writer, whatever it's meant for them to be, it starts with us setting the example in the classroom.
And we are live at Blue Devil Stadium in Norcross, Georgia at halftime of the Norcross-North Gwinnett game, and the North Gwinnett Marching Band is getting ready to take the field.
But first, let's check in with our social media correspondent, Raven Tirado, who checks in with that wide and wild world of the internet and social media. Raven?
That's right, Mark. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GPB Sports. You can also follow us on Snapchat for all the behind-the-scenes stuff going on. But first, let's take it to Twitter. Now, the Norcross Blue Devils have quite the decoration. They have the biggest scoreboard in the country, and the company that made it tweeted and said, yep, the biggest high school scoreboard is on at GPB Sports now, as hashtag Norcross High and hashtag North Gwinnett meet in a huge rivalry game. And Mark Harmon will tell us more about that later. And another tweet coming from North Gwinnett football saying it's showtime. And guys, we want to stay connected with you, so don't forget to send us your pictures, your tweets, anything that we would like to see on air at GPB Sports on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Mark, Jackie?
And now it's time for a round of Are You Smarter, where John Nelson is standing by with the principal of North Gwinnett High School. Nellie, what you got for us?
It is that time where we check in with what's going on at North Gwinnett. Here, Mr. Valentine, the last time he was here, he was a rookie, so he is experienced in the ways of Are You Smarter. But what's going on these days at North Gwinnett?
Well, thanks. I'm just so proud to be here tonight, proud of our entire North Gwinnett community and students. But our students, teachers are amazing, our parents, community. City of Swanee and Sugar Hill just support us so much, and proud of all these guys, band members, cheerleaders, football players tonight. Just so proud of what they're doing for us.
All right, it is that time to play the game of a question I have not seen. Time to play Are You Smarter? And the question is, Nassau
NASA researchers have just announced that they've discovered one of the essential ingredients for life on the planet Mars. Would that be A, oxygen, B, water, or C, MSG, which means there's Chinese food on Mars if C is the case?
That's right. You know, I'm going to go with B, water on that one.
That is correct, and the supplemental information is, on Monday, NASA announced the results of a new study showing that salty liquid water flows seasonally on Mars, giving the red planet one of the essential ingredients for life, although I'm kind of partial to Chinese food myself and the MSG that they find on Mars. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for being a good sport tonight.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
All right, that's round one of Are You Smarter? Round two coming up in a bit.
All right, we've heard from the North Gwinnett principal. Let's now check in with some of the pageantry of high school sports and high school football and listen in to the sounds of the North Gwinnett High School Marching Band, brought to you by Regions Bank.
And is it illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket on a Sunday in the state of Georgia? That was one of the tough questions that we asked members of the North Gwinnett defense this week, and the loser had to do some serious curls by the time it was all said and done. Check it out in our Law-Abiding Citizen segment. Hey guys, welcome to our Law-Abiding Citizen segment, and joining me today is defensive end Drew Jordan and defensive coordinator Jason Thompson. And guys, there's some bragging rights on the line here. Whoever loses this Law-Abiding Citizen segment owes the other one some curls. So a lot of bragging rights on the line. How y'all feeling?
I feel really good. I feel good. I think he's gonna lose.
You look, oh, okay, all right, a little trash talking's begun. Okay, well, let's get started. All right, first law. In the city of Atlanta, it is illegal to burp in the car. Is this true or false? He says false, he says false. All right, good, you're right. Both false, okay. Just a little gross, maybe.
Yeah, something Drew would do.
All right, in the city of Atlanta, it is illegal to tie your giraffe to a telephone pole or a street lamp. Is this true or false? Is this true? All right, both true. Okay, so you're tied right now. All right. In Georgia, it is illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket if it is Sunday. Is this true or false? He says false. He says true. It is actually true. Wow, you won that in the last second. You almost changed your mind. Oh, Coach, I'm sorry.
That was it?
That was it, yeah.
Oh.
You lost.
1, 2, 3. Ten. You look like you were struggling.
Yeah,
I was. I was kind of hoping you would.
Defensive coordinator Jason Thompson, also an AP government teacher, so he wasn't too thrilled to lose that one, but I love the trash talking going on there between him and Drew Jordan.
You know, I think right now the players lead 2-1 in your segment.
The players are leading right now, so that's something to keep in mind, coaches, in the future.
All right. Well, coming up on Football Fridays at Georgia's halftime show, we'll hear from the Norcross Marching Band, plus John Nelson returns, and he visits the toughest region in Georgia and maybe in the entire country.
Also, we'll check in with some parents of the stars of the game later on in a wrench set check segment. It's all ahead on our Football Fridays in Georgia as we continue right after this.
Questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Across 91 counties, Georgia's cotton industry employs over 15,000 people, with more than 3,000 Georgia farmers that bring cotton into our everyday lives. When life turns up the heat and the pressure makes you sweat, there's one sure way to cool down. For those glory moments on and off the court, cotton is with you for the win. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
As a strong, stable bank, Regions is always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities In addition to offering financial solutions for our customers, we are committed to supporting local initiatives and organizations that help our neighborhoods thrive. Regions is proud to be a partner with GPB in building a better Georgia.
On Masterpiece.
This land is all yours.
Native chap owns this stretch.
You're unhappy?
I'm not. Just didn't come all this way to run the kitchen and practice my scales.
How's that sister of yours? Madeline is not the problem.
Indian Summers on Masterpiece.
Sunday at 9 on GPB.
On the next Gorongosa Park Rebirth of Paradise, battle lines are drawn.
People want to defend their crops. Very dangerous.
But the threat of military action
We've just heard something major happen today.
could bring the whole project down.
Peace is over in the country.
Tuesday at 8 on GPB.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
The Norcross High School Blue Devils.
Welcome back to Football Fridays at Georgia's halftime show. We're live at Norcross High School, the Blue Devil Stadium, where Norcross leads North Gwinnett 10-7 at the halftime break.
We'll hear from the Norcross High School band and also get scores from around the state. But first, it's time for another round of the game show that's sweeping the state. It's Are You Smarter with John Nelson.
Yep, let's check in with John and the principal of Norcross High School, Will Bishop.
Sweeping the state. Very nice, Jackie. It's time to catch up with former French horn and drum major Will Bishop and find out what's going on. What's going on at Norcross these days?
Oh, we're having a great year so far. We've got our students are registering about 2,000 AP and international baccalaureate classes, and our foundation's off to another great year this year. They've raised $1.4 million over the years, and this year they're looking to raise another over $100,000. So we're off to a great year.
Good deal. It is time to play the game. Time for round 2 of Are You Smarter? A question I have not seen. So here we go. What is the Pythagorean theorem? Is it A, any number times 1 equals that number, B, any number times 0 equals 0, or C, A squared plus B squared equals C squared?
Well, I do have a degree from Tech, so that's I'd go with C. A squared plus B squared is equal to C.
That gets you a ding. And so the information that we have handed to me by Elisa Clark, in a right-angled triangle, the square of the long side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Bonus point if you know the term for that long side.
That's the hypotenuse.
Double ding. Nice job.
Yep, it took a little while to learn all that stuff.
And hypotenuse, it's a lot of Scrabble points, but once again, you did well. You are just as smart as me.
Well, I'm excited about that. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us. That's round of Are You Smarter? Let's send it over to Jackie.
Thank you, John. We appreciate that little tidbit there. All right, high school football games are entertaining even at halftime. A big part of the pageantry here in high school football is the presence that the band brings to every single football game. So right now we're going to listen in to the sounds of the Norcross High Marching Band, brought to you by Regions Bank. Let's listen in.
Great job by the Norcross Marching Band, brought to you by Regions Bank. Now, here are some of the scores we're following up from around the state on the Georgia EMC scoreboard. And how about top-ranked, undefeated defending champ Colquitt County taking on Lowndes tonight, leading it 22-14. in the second quarter. Elsewhere, we've got Camden County and Valdosta. Valdosta leading that one 7-2 in the first. Lee County over Tipp County by a touchdown in the second quarter. It is Grayson blanking South Gwinnett early on, 13-0 in the second. Roswell over Walton in a battle of unbeatens, 20-7 that game in the second quarter. We've got Mill Creek all over Meadow Creek, 35-0 in the second quarter. Northside Warner Robins, top ranked in Class 5A, leads Richmond Academy 13-7. It's Cartersville, number 1 in 4A, leading Heritage Ringgold 35-0. Calhoun, number 1 in 3A, over Adairsville 17-13 in the second. And Jefferson leading Elbert County by a touchdown, 7-0 in the second quarter.
And it's going to be an action-packed season here on Football Fridays in Georgia. So here's the schedule brought to you by the Georgia EMC to give you a little taste of where we will be over the next few weeks. Next week, we travel to the biggest campus in high school stadium in Georgia as the McEachern Indians host the Warriors of North Cobb. Then we will take our show and our entire crew on the road to South Georgia. Very excited about that. We will bring you the Valdosta versus Colquitt County game in one of the oldest rivalries in the state of Georgia. Then after that, it will be Sandy Creek at Woodward Academy, Archer at Decula, the one on November 6th still to be determined. But we are with you all the way to the playoffs and then on to the Georgia Dome for the state championships on December 11th and 12th. GPB is your home for high school football in the state of Georgia all season long. And on Fridays, you can keep up with all the scores from around the state on the GPB Sports app.
All right, John Nelson is now going to join us for another edition of Backroads and Backfields, brought to you by the Georgia Cotton Commission.
The natural choice for Georgia.
And you visited the region of doom. You went down south to not only the toughest region in Georgia, but maybe the toughest region in the country.
I like the way you think. That's pretty solid stuff. And you saw in those first three scores on the scoreboard how it is tonight. A lot of games going back and forth. We caught up with some of the coaches, one of them a first-year head coach in Region 1-6A, to get their assessment on the region and what this time of year means to their respective towns.
I think it means an awful lot. I think it's a daily 365-day questions are asked. If I stop at the Shell Mart right up from my town to get a cup of coffee, or if I go out to eat with my family, or just passing along on the street, and people in and out of my office all day, it is very, very important to our fan base.
It is a football crazy city. There's no question about that. And all of the traditions, the 102 years of football, and the winningest program and not just in the state, not just in this area, but the entire country. That carries a huge responsibility with it that we take very serious. We do. We feel like it also gives us something to build on as well. So we don't shy away from the traditions. We're very proud to be at Valdosta, and our kids are proud to put that paw on the side of their helmet each and every Friday night.
They feel like it's the SEC of football. I agree with them 100%. I tell you what, my background being in college football and traveling all over, the Southeast, recruiting and watching games in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and all over. I can say from coaching in this region and recruiting all over the place that I feel like it is one of the toughest regions in the nation.
Well, I tell you what, Jacksonville has the Jaguars. We have the Camden County Wildcats. It's so meaningful here. Just the tradition, the pageantry that goes along with it, the cowbells out here on Friday night. People look forward to football season. What a wonderful atmosphere as a coach to be in. You want to be in that situation. You want to be in those kind of chairs. You want to be in those pressure cookers. It means something to this community, and we want these kids to understand that as well.
And boy, do they understand it on these Football Fridays.
All right, Backroads and Backfields brought to you by the Georgia Cotton Commission.
The natural choice for Georgia.
Thank you very much, John Nelson. Now time for another edition of what we call Rent Check, where we check in with the parents. So let's check in with Jackie and some parents.
Thanks, Mark. I'm here with Kendrick and Veronica Grady. Their son is Kendrick, number 6 for Norcross. And guys, how well do you think you know Kendrick?
Oh, I know my baby.
All right, well, here we go. First question. Who is his favorite NFL player?
Sean Taylor. That's my dude. Yeah.
All right, Dad, you're getting the second one. His favorite candy bar?
I had to say Reese's Buttercup.
You want to bail him out on that one?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would have said candy, it would have
chocolate.
Been Reese's Cup, but you said candy bar.
Yeah,
it's a Milky Way.
Oh man, she's good. That's correct. All right, least favorite sports team.
Well, he don't decide because we try to make him pick between ours. He's a Redskin. He won't choose.
I'm sorry, Mom's right again. He doesn't have a least favorite or a favorite. And then family and tradition. What is that?
Oh, he like watching movies on Sunday night.
She's good. She's got this. You guys get 4 tickets to the Georgia College Football Hall of Fame, and you get a little, Football Fridays love there. Nice job, Mom. Anything you want to say?
Hey, we let the moms answer the questions. That's all.
Let the moms answer the questions, Mark. That's what you take away from this.
You know, you don't get in any trouble when you let the moms answer the questions. That's very good advice. Time now for our career play of the game, presented by the Technical College System of Georgia. Want to drive a big rig? Learn commercial truck driving for free at the Technical College System of Georgia. Our state's exploding logistics industry needs you. Find a career as a driver, diesel maintenance technician, and more. And keep Georgia moving. A free education in 10 high-demand industries awaits you at the Technical College System of Georgia. Change your life. tcsg.edu. All right, we're getting ready for the second half of this big game. Norcross at North Gwinnett. It's 10-7 Blue Devils right now. What's going to happen in the final 24 minutes of play? That's coming up after this timeout. Stay with us.
It seems like it's raining all over the world.
Your local Alpha agents are proud to join viewers like you in making this programming possible.
We're local agents in the community. We're part of the community.
I love doing business in the town that I live in. My clients are my friends.
They can just step in my office and say hello. That's very important to me.
We want to be available to them in case they need us.
You get a lot of reward personally going home at night knowing that you've taken care of folks.
Protecting our communities, neighbor to neighbor, for almost 70 years. Alpha Insurance.
What is by moonlight an empty field is by the magic of electricity sacred ground. As the official energy provider of the GHSA, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives proudly support our student athletes. We are there, illuminating the glory moments fans just have to see. Capturing the hustle, elevating champions, sharing the win. Georgia's EMCs, empowering our youth, lighting the way.
Today, companies in the aerospace, advanced manufacturing, and film industries need skilled workers, and the earning potential is high. Go Build Georgia can show you where the jobs are and what skills you need to get them. And the Technical College System of Georgia has fast, affordable training for these great-paying careers. Build your blueprint for success at GoBuildGeorgia.com and look to the Technical College System of Georgia to put your plan into action.
Welcome back. Getting ready for the second half here at Blue Devil Stadium. Norcross leading North Gwinnett 10-7 here with Coach Spire. And by your own admission, your kids are playing their tails off.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, the very first series, we lose another offensive lineman. You know, and then the third series, we lose our best defensive end. But we got guys out here playing that are just a testament to the spirit of high school football. Maybe they don't belong on this field, but you can't tell them that right now. And they're playing their tails off.
And obviously, you know, things are working. You kind of found your rhythm second quarter.
Yeah, we did. We just got to tweak a couple of things in our blocking scheme. We weren't able to get to the linebacker a couple of times, and I think hopefully we fix that if we got the personnel that can do it. And then there's a couple of things on a couple of route assignments if we can get them to the right spots. It'll be tight windows, and Cade's struggling right now in these conditions, but, you know, they don't give you a lot, and that's why it's 10-7.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Send it upstairs for first half highlights and stats. Coach Spire is fired up.
All right, Nelly, here is a look back at those first half highlights. Started with the 38-yard field goal by Cole Hanna. Norcross on the board 3-0. And then after the pick here, out of the arms of Cade Fortin, led to a quick 6 points for North Gwinnett.
One play drive right here.
Sermons on the run for 10 yards made it 10-0, but the most impressive drive of the night followed 7 plays, and this was the touchdown right here by Josh Imatorbebe to a wide open Horace Buckley. 118 total yards for Norcross, 117. How even can you get there, Sam?
And the thing,
1
Matt,
yard separates them in rushing. They're even in passing.
But remember what the stats looked like at the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, it was 95-11 in favor of Norcross.
Look at this. The penalty yards could be the difference maker in this game if Norcross doesn't clean that problem up.
Keith Maloof's team leading 10-7 as we start the third quarter. Matt Stewart along with Sam Crenshaw, John Nelson down on the sidelines, and the GPB Army with you in Norcross, Georgia, Blue Devil Stadium. Rematch of the 2013 state championship game won by Norcross 22 months ago in the Georgia Dome, and the ball is fumbled and picked up by Redmond. And Redmond going to be hogtied by Monty Montgomery at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line. Tackle made by number
Jordan
20
Redmond had
for the
that
Blue
kick
Devils, Monty Montgomery.
bounce right off of him. Thankfully for Insay, he was able to jump on it and still get a return out of it.
5 tackles on the night for Monty Montgomery, one of them for loss. He is typically having a Monty Montgomery kind of game. Cade Fortin struggled badly first half. 1 of 12 for 6 yards and an interception.
Nothing doing there.
Number 5, the ball carrier,
Cam Pickett on the carry. Nazir Sai making the tackle for the Blue
On
Devils.
the tackle for Norcross, number 97, Nazir Sai.
Fortin, sophomore.
Gain of 1 yard in the play, second and
Younger brother of Troy, the center. Nephew of former Atlanta Falcon Roman Fortin. Offered by California already, even though he's just a 10th grader. Off the hands of Buckley.
Pass intended for Imar Torbebe.
I'm sorry, Imar Torbebe, number 7 out there.
They've been trying so hard to get the ball in his hands some kind of way tonight.
Let's make some noise for your
That's the 4th time they've targeted Imar Torbebe, and he's caught 1 pass for 6 yards. That's just the 2nd one that actually hit his hands. That one was on him. 3rd down and 9. Pickett, nothing doing.
Cameron Pickett, the ball carrier, out to the 23.
Runs right into the hands of Monty Montgomery again, who registers his 70th tackle of the season.
That'll bring up 4th down.
He's getting some work tonight.
Yeah, 5'10", 186, junior linebacker.
Back deep for the Blue Devils, number 11, Jacoby Burrell. 19 kicking off for North Gwinnett.
Fowler punting again. Line drive kick taken by Burrell at the 44-yard line. And Burrell tackled at the 48.
Out to the 48-yard line. Tackle made by
Trayshawn Moore.
Trayshawn Moore.
Nice solo stop. Special teams play.
Spot the ball at the 48, so good field position for Norcross. By and large, the Blue Devils have had much better field position than North Gwinnett here tonight. And that was one of the points of emphasis, keys of the game for Keith Maloof and his team. If you don't score, at least flip the field. Make North Gwinnett go the length of the field. Baron Radcliffe back in there at quarterback to start the third quarter. And Drusky with the quarterback sack back at the 45-yard line.
47-yard line by number 12.
I think I can.
Matthew Andruski, no gain in the
It's like the way this guy just keeps coming. He's relentless. Look at him. And he just won't give up on this play. Makes the shoestring tackle.
Andruski and Eberhardt, the 2 linebackers, 25 and 12, have had great ball games tonight for North Gwinnett. 4 tackles for Andruski, 1.5 sacks. Eberhardt, 5 tackles, 1.5 sacks. 2nd down. Wallace with the catch. On the ground at the 40 by Teron
down
Murray.
To the 40-yard line to number 14, Devin Wallace.
Gets it out
Teron
there.
Murray with a tackle for North Gwinnett.
Nice catch.
First down,
and some yards
Norcross.
afterwards. That's good for Radcliffe.
Just the 2nd catch of the season for Devin Wallace, the 5'9", 148 senior. Good enough for 12 yards and a first down. Ball at the North Gwinnett 41. Sermons, big hole, Sermons, right through the defense, touchdown!
What a run by Nicholas Sermons.
By Nick Sermons.
TCSG touchdown replay, Sermons bolts 41 yards for the score.
You see the guys right in the middle up front that cleared the way for him. There's nothing but green grass out in front.
Second touchdown run of the night for Nicholas Sermons.
And the extra point is good. Your score
makes it 17-7. Huge hole opened up for Sermons. And the Blue Devils open up a 10-point lead 3 minutes into the third quarter.
This moment, getting here took 3 years of sleepless nights and postponed vacations. Your dad said play it safe. Your husband kept the faith. But franchising is why you partnered with Regions in the first place. We share your vision for moving forward. And at moments like this, that makes all the difference. Is your business at a turning point? Regions.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
17-7 Norcross, following the 41-yard touchdown run by Nicholas Sermons, capping a 3-play 52-yard drive. And look at this blocking job by Sam Dingle, the center, number 77, and the guard Josh Madden, number 70. Sam Crenshaw now could have held hands and waltzed through that hole.
And right now the raffle is up to $2,500.
And there he goes right there. Madden right there. Dingle right there. And nothing but green grass in front.
Back deep for North Gwinnett, Buckley.
And Sermons now with an 80-yard rushing night on 8 carries. Or more than a third of his total from the first 5 games of the season. He had only 214 yards rushing when the night started. Got a great shot at a 100-yard night here this evening. And now a North Gwinnett offense that has struggled mightily against this Norcross defense tonight. It's got to figure out something.
Oh, no.
Redmond lets it roll out of bounds. That'll be the second time that they've kicked the ball out of bounds at about the 5-yard line over here on the near sideline. So they'll bring it out to the 35. Another penalty. I believe that's 6 now on Norcross tonight.
And it will at least give North Gwinnett good working room, a great place to start. But what will they do with it? That's the question. The fact that Norcross has come out and scored on that last possession turns up the pressure now on this North Gwinnett offensive unit to go out and get some points this time.
So Bulldogs back on offense for the second time here in this third quarter.
As a penalty marker down at the 35-yard line.
Prior to the play, false start on the
False
offense.
start penalty against North
Replay,
Gwinnett.
first down.
Let's check in with John Nelson.
It's time to say those magic words and kick it. We're going to check in an action that is a bit surprising. Newton and Tucker going at it, and you see the score at the bottom of the screen. This might be one of those games. We've seen Tucker already on Football Fridays in Georgia this year, but this is a region you can't stumble in. So Newton and Tucker in a bit of a fight as they're going on, third quarter back upstairs.
Yeah, Newton, I think a very surprising team this season. We had them in the GPB top 10 for quite a while until they got routed by Lowndes. But that's a team that made it to the quarters last year. Fortin up top and a battle for the ball, and it is caught at the 41 30-yard line. Sam Gasta comes down with it for his first catch of the season.
On the coverage for Norcross.
Look at this.
Malik Cole.
Reaches out.
Damian Williams.
And hauls it in and hangs on.
First down, North Gwinnett. Norcross.
Take another look at it.
Battling arm for arm with Daryl Monson, the corner. 30-yard reception for Gasta to give the Bulldogs the ball at the Blue Devils 40. And Jordan Fry on the subsequent carry picks up about a yard and a half. Now, it's important for North Gwinnett to have guys like Sam Gasta come up with big plays like that because KJ Hancock, one of their top wide receivers, 11 catches on the season, and committed to Miami of Ohio, not playing tonight. That's him right there on the sideline. Second down and 9. Ball at the 39. Over the middle and incomplete. Jordan Fry, the target.
For number 2, Jordan Fry is incomplete.
That was a nice idea. Just couldn't make the completion.
That'll bring it third down.
That was an incredible catch.
That was just the second completion for Thornton tonight.
Look out!
Third down and 9. Gonna run a reverse. Fowler gonna throw it up for grabs. That's a bad idea. They got lucky. That was a terrible idea.
Every coach on the sideline was saying, no. Take another look at this one. It was slow developing to begin with and almost got blown up.
Back deep on the punt return for Norcross will be number 11. Jacoby Burrell.
Thankfully, that just dropped
to
the ground and no one was anywhere in the vicinity.
That's the kind of play that if it gets picked like that in the open field, it's going to go back the other way for 6. North Gwinnett got really lucky on that play. They're fortunate to be punting. It is a high snap again. And Fowler fumbles the ball and Norcross has it. Beal is running with it. Robert Beal. Touchdown.
We got a flag down.
There's a penalty marker down.
Right around the 12.
We'll check the call. But if it stands, what an incredible turn of events here for Norcross, as what was a 10-7 game quickly has become a 24-7 game. Either way, whether the touchdown stands or not, Norcross is going to be sitting pretty.
High snap, just the start of a disaster.
Back penalty against Norcross.
And then Norcross comes away with it.
Wow, Beal has his 37-yard touchdown erased, but Norcross is still going to have great field position.
Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Norcross.
There's that snap. Well, that was trouble. And then not to fall on it. And then Bill comes away with it.
Yeah, block in the back somewhere. Didn't see it. But they spot the ball at the 20-yard line.
But now you give Radcliffe and the Blue Devils the ball with a short field once again.
So first and 10 for the Blue Devils. Ball at the 20-yard line of North Gwinnett. And a chance to maybe blow this game open right here.
Nick Sermons, the ball
Sermons
gain of 5 yards. Down
gets
to the
another 5 yards
line.
again. This is the second time they've had a terrible high snap.
On the tackle, number 89, Drew Jordan.
Yeah, they could have. Well, there's your block in the back right there on Pinckney, and it was totally unnecessary because Beal was already 5 yards downfield.
Why do you do that?
Yeah, Pinckney cost Beal a touchdown with that block in the back, and there could have been a face mask too on North Gwinnett, and they didn't call that. Radcliffe on the run, flag out, and Radcliffe inside the 5-yard line, but it might be coming back.
Penalty marker down back at the 15-yard line.
DeLon Smith making that tackle for the Bulldogs.
It looked like this one will be coming back. play was designed for him to just take it and run around the right side. Looks like we probably got a hole. Another penalty. This is Norcross team.
I think this is the first time, though, they've had a penalty that's other than of the 5-yard variety. Well, the block in the back.
Offense.
So back-to-back, they had a block in the back, and now you've got a hole. So back-to-back bigger penalties.
Second down and 15.
So now second down and 15. Back at the 25-yard line, what amounts to about a 22-yard penalty because they should have had it first and goal at the 3 or closer. Radcliffe throws short.
Radcliffe's pass is incomplete.
Looking for Robert Sims at the 18-yard line.
Robert Sims.
3rd and 15. So if North Gwinnett is able to get out of this thing,
15 from the 25.
Holding Norcross to no better than a field goal attempt, that'll be the second time that they have averted disaster. They were able to give up 0 points after their botched fake punt earlier in the ball game, and now you've got this situation on 3rd and 15. Radcliffe to the end zone, and it is caught, and Wallace screams forward, and that's a touchdown. Devin Wallace, that was a wounded duck.
Badly underthrown.
But Wallace stayed with it, beat the coverage, and a 25-yard touchdown pass to Devin Wallace on the TCSG touchdown replay.
He simply would not be denied. Look at this pass. Not a thing of beauty. Ooh, look at that. But hey, he catches it and then just wouldn't be denied the goal line. You got to get in there.
Well, Chase Young got turned around on the coverage, and had he been able to keep his eye on where the ball was going, he might have had a play on it because it was up for grabs. But Devin Wallace stuck with it, and it is now 24-7.
There's your scoring drive. Another look at this pass. Has lots of time. And maybe it's just slippery. Maybe the ball with moisture in the air and he's having trouble with it when he lets it go.
And we'd like to continue thanking our leaderboard sponsors, including
when your receiver makes the adjustment like that, you still get the touchdown.
EQ Grill and Chill.
You can say it's just the way we drew it up.
Well, in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter, it has turned into a 3-touchdown deficit for North Gwinnett, or close to it, 17 points. After trailing by only 3 points coming out of the locker room.
Horace Buckley, along with Jordan Redmond.
Coach Spire mentioned before the second half started, you got to look at him right here. His defense needs to go out and just, tweak some things and keep playing with some intensity. He knows that his team, as young and experienced, and the fact that he lost an offensive lineman on the very first play of scrimmage tonight.
Redmond scoops it up at the 5-yard line. And Redmond driven out of bounds at the 26. And just how important is this game for North Gwinnett? At 0-2 in Region 7 for the first time ever under Bob Spire. Another loss, and this is just week 6, but Sam, another loss might eliminate them, not mathematically, but realistically, from the playoff picture in Region 7, because there are 4 teams in this region right now at 2-0.
Absolutely, and they still got Peachtree Ridge out there to go.
That's next
on the schedule, and that's the thing about it. It's sometimes the unfair thing about this region. Sometimes you have 5 teams with overall winning records, and somebody has to stay home at playoff time.
So 1st and 10 with the ball at the 25-yard line. Lovelace on the carry. He scrambles forward. Tackled by Darrell Porter. Close to 9 on the play as we check in with John Nelson. An update on Charlton County and Irwin County.
Time to kick it and head to South Georgia and into the toughest region in Single A. And it's Charlton and Irwin. Irwin, the runner-up last year in Single A Public. And Charlton, who got thumped last week by Turner County, 44-0. Not much better for Charlton this week, down 21-14 to Irwin County. As many as 5 teams can make the power rankings of the top. So Irwin's winning it again. Sorry, Charlton's winning. It's reversed. And so Charlton needs this one to help out in the power rankings when it comes to single A public. 5 teams could come from Region 2, and they need all the help they can get back upstairs.
Thanks, Nelly. That was a first down carry by Lovelace. Gives the Bulldogs the ball, 1st and 10 at the 38. Lovelace runs right into Monty Montgomery. Was able to battle through the tackle by Montgomery and then took some punishment. But Lovelace running hard.
He is.
5'8", 188 junior. Only 14 carries on the season coming into tonight. He's got 7 carries for 61 yards, and he is their leading rusher this evening. And again, this is the 2 1 and 2 backs for North Gwinnett. Pickett and Fry both battling some bad ankles over the last couple of weeks, so not surprising that Lovelace getting more action. Heavy rush. Tunnel screen. Ima Torbebe. Tackled by Allen.
Out to the 47-yard line.
Close to a first down at the 47. 3rd catch of the night. 2nd catch of the night. 5th target of the night for Ima Torbebe.
And that's more like what Coach Spire wants to get from him in the offense, just to get him out there into space, get a couple of blockers out in front of him, and let him do what he does best. Just not enough of that tonight.
They just have not been able to shake this guy loose. He runs a 4.49 40, has a 47-inch vertical at the opening recruiting showcase out on the West Coast this summer. They just haven't been able to spring him loose because teams double him. They get a watch him. They'll put a corner out there on him to jam him at the line of scrimmage. You see him out there. He's the middle man in the 3-man pack out there. They'll jam him at the line of scrimmage, and then they'll have a safety help over the top. That means somebody else got to make the catches in single coverage. Lovelace again. And Lovelace battles through the tackle by Allen. Across the 45, and he gets about 8 on the play. Strong running by Ryan Lovelace tonight.
2nd down and 2 yards to go.
North Gwinnett putting together a nice answer drive following the 2 quick scores by Norcross in this 3rd quarter. Bulldogs get a touchdown here before the end of the 3rd quarter. They're still in the game headed to the 4th. Fortin's got to get on mark here. Off his back foot, bad throw again. Young man just simply has not been on target tonight. Reese Knuckles, the intended target. And Fortin now 3 for 17, 42 yards.
And he had some time that time. His line gave him a little bit of time to work with that time. And still just lobbed it out there. Another incompletion.
3 for 17 will destroy your quarterback rate.
No doubt about that.
Not that that's the concern here tonight. 3rd down and 2. That will not pick up the first down. Nice open field tackle after the completion to Josh Horn. Kendrew Wynn drives him out of bounds. Josh Horn, the nephew of former New Orleans Saints and Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Joe Horn. That's his 1st catch of the night and just his 3rd of the season for the junior. 4th down, and the Bulldogs going for it. They need 2. They're going to have to rush on this thing. They got to hustle. They're going to lose. They're going to run out of time. There it goes. Timeout was called. There was 5 seconds. Now, you see here at Norcross, they do have play clocks. Not all football stadiums in the state of Georgia have a play clock for you to view. The quarterbacks have a play clock in each end of the corner of the end zones. There you go. That's the one behind Fortin, and there's one in front of him as well. So they do have that luxury here to have the play clock to work with here at Norcross Blue Devil Stadium. You don't have that everywhere.
It's always kept on the field by an official, the clock operator. But yes, to have them here gives them some kind of idea to know when they have to get that playoff. And obviously, North Gwinnett knew they were having problems.
You know, and if I was the czar of Georgia high school football like John Nelson is, one of the things I would do is make sure there was a play clock at every high school football stadium in the state of Georgia.
I thought you were the czar of high school football.
No, not until you die.
Okay, here's your Region 1 fix, czar in waiting. Lee leading Tiff 35-7. That's a fourth quarter score. Valdosta leading Camden 10-9, 8 minutes to go in the third. And also on the board, last report we had with Colquitt, they're leading Lowndes 22-14, third quarter. Back upstairs, czar.
No, you, almighty czar. 4th down and 2 from the 45. First down carry for Lovelace. Big run for Lovelace on a must-make 4th down for the Bulldogs.
How about that?
17 yards. And Kendrick Grady saved him from going all the way.
You needed that one. Finds his hole. Big gain. Great running.
Lovelace having the best game of his season. Up to 86 yards on 9 carries now for Lovelace. Nearly his season total. He had only 93 yards for the entire season coming into tonight.
False start penalty against North Gwinnett. 5-yard penalty.
So now North Gwinnett having trouble with penalties. That'll be the 4th on them. I'm sorry, 3rd on them. Meantime, 8 penalties on Norcross. First and 15 now for the Bulldogs. Fortin off his back foot. That is caught! And a first down. And the official takes a tumble after Emor Torbebe. Emor Torbebe gets his 3rd catch of the night. That's the first time they've gotten him downfield.
Second catch for him on this series, this possession. And you're right, he is downfield this time. Makes the catch and just one step away from taking it all the way for a score.
And Fortin threw that thing off his back foot. I mean, there was not much on that thing. It floated out there, but fortunately, Emor Torbebe had eluded the coverage. It slipped out there and they'd lost it. Lovelace again. Looks like they've decided Lovelace is their man for the night. He's getting all the carries on this drive. He's the hot runner.
Yep, we've seen nothing from Pickett or Fry. It's been all Lovelace.
2nd down. And essentially 10 right here. Under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. North Gwinnett really needs a score, a touchdown especially, heading to the 4th quarter. Heavy rush. Inside screen to Emor Torbebe.
Pass is complete to Iowa Torbebe down to the
and he just barely gets beyond the original line of scrimmage before being dropped by Jarrett Cole.
Tackle made by number 24, Jarrett Cole.
Nice stop by Cole, because if Cole isn't able to make that solo stop, Emor Torbebe probably takes it all the way.
3rd down, long. Lovelace going to the short side, nothing doing. That's a super tackle right there by, you guessed it, Monty Montgomery.
What a game he's having.
7 tackles for Montgomery tonight. 4th down, and they're going to try a field goal here just to make sure they get some points out of this thing.
Looking at Montgomery once again. There he is.
He's too fast for the offensive lineman. You saw Robbie Hirschman, the left guard. Hirschman just simply couldn't get in front of him quick enough. Herrera for 35 yards from the left hash. That's good. 35-yard kick by Manuel Herrera. Third field goal of the season for the 6', 160 junior. Makes it a 24-10 game.
And it wasn't 6 points. That's what you really wanted and what you really needed. But you do make some points. You do score 3. You don't come away empty-handed, especially with what Norcross has done since starting the second half in this game.
That was a nice drive. 12-play drive. 72 yards. A lot of plays, a lot of yards, a lot of time. And again, you got 3, but you really needed 7. 6 minutes and 17 seconds to get those 3 points.
Number 98, Jake Camarda kicking off.
17 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Manuel Herrera kicking off.
Norcross 2-touchdown lead. It was a 3-point game at halftime. Pooch kick in the no man's land, picked up back at the 5-yard line. Burrell. Gotta watch out for him. And tripped up at the 40-yard line by Dante Black. That's a 36-yard return for Jacoby Burrell, who averages right under 32 yards per kick return. A big weapon in this Norcross special teams.
Great kick return there, because for a moment it looked like there wasn't much there for him.
So likely the final play of this third quarter. It's been mostly Barron Radcliffe tonight. Just a couple of series for Max Tracy. They've gone with Radcliffe most of the night. 86 yards passing total for him. Radcliffe on the carry on the final play of the third quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Your score, Norcross 24.
Played 36 minutes at Blue Devil Stadium in Norcross. Big run by Sermons of 41 yards to give the Blue Devils their first touchdown of the half. And then the pass from Radcliffe to Wallace. North Gwinnett came back and got 3, and it's a 14-point game as we head to the fourth.
Questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Cotton contributes $2.5 billion to the state's economy annually. It takes more than 60 cotton gins and manufacturers to bring cotton into our everyday lives. Kids always like to stay in the pool a little too long, and when they do get out, covered in goosebumps, you feel the urge to wrap them up. The cozy embrace of cotton does the job. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
Traveler
and Outdoors are back to a little something for everybody.
Fantastic natural history, and it starts and ends on a Georgia beach.
Catch all the fun,
action,
and beauty now on Thursday nights.
Georgia Traveler at 8
and Georgia Outdoors at 8:30.
Thursdays on GPB.
Nothing prepares you better for a great career than the Technical College System of Georgia. TCSG colleges produce graduates with the knowledge and training today's top employers are looking for. With campuses across Georgia, state-of-the-art facilities, and outstanding instructors with real-world experience, it's the kind of affordable college education that will fast-track you into a rewarding career. We're building a better future for you. Contact the TCSG college in your area today or go to tcsg.edu.
As teachers, we have the most incredible opportunity to make a difference in the lives of students. Make a difference by teaching kids how exciting learning can be, but most importantly, giving them the opportunity to find out what encourages them, what inspires them to make a difference themselves.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
Start of the fourth quarter. Norcross 24-10 lead on North Gwinnett. Matt Stewart, Sam Crenshaw, John Nelson, and the GPB Army as we head to the final 12 minutes in this rematch of the 2013 state championship game. Much like that night in the Georgia Dome, Norcross is winning this one too. Barron Radcliffe, the Blue Devils quarterback, 7 of 16 passing, 86 yards, 6 carries for 25 yards. Sinclair on the run on second down to start the fourth quarter, and Sinclair is close to the first down. Have an iPhone or iPad, stay connected to your team and every high school football team with the GPB Sports Football app. Now you can watch tonight's game live wherever you are. Get the latest news, my award-winning blog. I threw that in there. Find stats and matchups and take interactive 3D tours of stadiums around the state. Tweet game highlights and get up-to-the-minute scores all Friday night. The Gridiron is now digital. Download the free GPB Sports Football app from the iTunes App Store right now.
And a fine blog it was this week.
Thank you.
Opportunity to read.
1st and 10. Catch made by Burrell. Burrell with a blocker out there, and Sims, and a nice job by the defender to shed the block. I believe that was DeLon Smith or Toron McMurray. Teron Murray shed the block and made that open field tackle.
Nice stop for him on that play. But
yeah, number 15 been offered by Middle Tennessee. 6'2", 190 senior. 6'2", 190 senior cornerback, you're going to get offers with size like that. Got nice long arms, too. Good defender out there on the edge. Holloman with the catch. And Holloman knocked out of bounds by Chase Young. And that's going to be good for the first down.
Number 10, Chase Young with a tackle.
They used to say that's leather popping leather. It's more like chrome popping helmet now.
Yep, that's what it sounds now. That man, Chase Young, putting on the hit.
5'6", 145 senior. Hart's at least as big as that. Burrell sheds 2 tackles, and Drusky is the third man and got it.
Jacoby Burrell down to the 29-yard line.
And Drusky now with 6 tackles tonight.
Burrell is showing you why he's so dangerous, eluding 2 defenders.
And again, Burrell has really stepped up for them in that slot receiver position after they lost Jared Simpkins to an ACL in the summer. And then Michael Cole a couple of weeks ago injured his foot in that win against Mountain View. Radcliffe, second effort, gets past the sticks.
Ahead of the quarterback keeper is number 2, Barron Radcliffe. First down, Norcross.
We've seen Radcliffe run a lot to the outside. We see him this time running up in the middle for some tough yards. He can do that too.
It'll be interesting, Sam. Vanderbilt has offered the 6'4", 210 junior as a quarterback. But as Keith Malou said, they've offered him as a quarterback. Now it's up to Radcliffe to prove that he can play the position. We know that he can run the ball. We know the kid's got great athletic ability. Can he play the quarterback position? Got a couple of seasons to grow into the position, no doubt about that. Right up the middle, Sinclair like a bolt of lightning scores the touchdown. 25-yard run for Omar Sinclair right through the heart of the defense. And that might be a dagger in the heart of North Gwinnett.
Maybe when you think that North Gwinnett had to settle for 3 last time instead of 6 or 7. Take another look. Then we got the same culprits right up front that are getting things up. There's number 70, 77, 74. When they open the hole, it's wide open right up the middle, nothing but grass.
And the kick is good.
Hannah with the PAT. Omar Sinclair with his first touchdown run of the night and just his second of the season. And another gaping hole in that offensive line as Norcross back up by 21.
The new College Football Hall of Fame and Chick-fil-A fan experience puts fans closer to the game experience. Featuring over 30,000 square feet of college football interactive exhibits. Tickets available at cfbhall.com.
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
31-10, Norcross now with a 3-touchdown lead on North Gwinnett. 2.5 minutes into this fourth quarter, you see Bob Spire talking with his young quarterback, Cade Fortin. Spire telling us this week that he knows quarterbacks, and certainly you cannot debate his long list of great quarterbacks. And he said Fortin is a good one. He knows what they look like, and he's one of them. But Fortin has not been able to show us that tonight, although he did improve a lot in that third quarter after going 1 for 12 in the first half. He was 5 for 8, 65 yards in that third quarter. But by and large, it has not been a good night for the sophomore QB.
Nope, he's been under pressure quite a bit, and then when he's had time to throw passes, he's lobbed some out there, thrown off the back foot, and just hasn't looked as effective, I'm sure, as Coach Spire had hoped.
Buckley will return this one. And Buckley slammed to the ground at the 26-yard line.
On the tackle.
And Fortin will lead the Bulldogs back out there on offense. North Gwinnett now 9 minutes away from falling to 0-3 in Region 7-6A. They had never lost more than one region game in any of Spire's first 9 seasons. Fry, fresh legs, and Jordan Fry up close to the 50-yard line.
Saw Fry earlier in the game. We hadn't seen him in a while. Lovelace has been the main guy carrying the football for North Gwinnett. Like you said, making feel fresh now. Comes in and nifty run there.
19-yard pickup for Fry after he had been 4 carries for 0 yards up until that point. Fry gets another carry.
Down to the Norcross 46-yard line.
Pickup of close to 5.
You talk about Fortin tonight and things that he hadn't looked real impressive as we hoped. He's about a 10th grader, already got an offer from Cal Berkeley. But maybe a lot of that has to do with what Norcross has done up front. They got a lot of talent there.
Alex Millette, you see the left tackle standing up there. He's their best offensive lineman. Was the center at the start of the season. They had to move him out to left tackle because they had so many issues there. He's playing hurt tonight. Fortin throws and incomplete. Ima Torbebe, the target.
And that time he's rolling. It looked like he's gets off a pretty good pass there. Ima Torbebe just doesn't bring it in. There's Millette.
6'3", 285 senior, and runs a 4.940. Pretty good for a big fella. Committed to Marshall. Guessing that he'll probably play inside at guard at the next level. Of course, they've got a little bit of a legacy there of left tackles at North Gwinnett. You might recall Mitch Hyatt, one of the top prospects in the nation. Bounce outside by Fry and Monty Montgomery. He's a little vicious in his tackles. Got a little nastiness to him.
By number 20 for the Blue Devils, Monty Montgomery.
Got a little bit of that Dion Durag hanging out the back of his helmet, too.
Got a little attitude out there.
Got a little spice to him.
There you go. Here he comes, and he's going to put an end to this run.
But back to Mitch Hyatt, former top prospect in the country, left tackle for North Gwinnett. He'll be starting for Clemson tomorrow against Notre Dame.
Past signs of Norcross. Uncle Bob
and you know, one of the things that has impacted, as you take a look, another offensive lineman down for North Gwinnett, and this is Chandler Hood, who's their backup guard and center. And here's a look at the list of North Gwinnett recruits. Josh Imatorbhebhe, who we've talked about a lot tonight, one of the top wide receivers in the country, committed to Southern Cal. Cameron Pickett and KJ Hancock. Hancock not playing, he's hurt tonight. Both of them committed to Miami of Ohio. Alex Millette committed to Marshall. Reese Knuckles offered by Georgia State. Teron Murray offered by Middle Tennessee. Drew Jordan. Haven't heard a lot from Drew Jordan tonight, just a couple of tackles. He's been offered by Duke, BC, Wake, and Nebraska, and Cade Fortin offered by Cal. What I was going to say about the recruits is one guy who's not on that list that would have been on that list for North Gwinnett had a school named Lanier High School not open, is one of the top defensive line prospects in the entire nation, Derek Brown, who came up and was going to be in the North Gwinnett program until the 7th grade when they opened the Lanier High School, and he ended up in their territory and going to Lanier High School. But that's a guy that's one of the best in the nation that would have been playing for the Bulldogs until they opened the new school, and now he's at Lanier.
And they're having a great season.
Undefeated. Fortin up top for Fowler, and he can't come up with it. That's Kendrew Wynn again. Wynn has been a great story. Number 17 for Norcross. He has been a great story for these Blue Devils. Came here as a quarterback. Position was filled up, so they moved him to backup safety last year. This year in spring, they had a need at cornerback, and he has thrived in the position. And Keith Maloof says him at cornerback is what has solidified our secondary.
And that's one of the guys that coaches would love to have, a guy who comes into your program. You know, he's destined to play one position, but there's no room for him there. Coach, what can I do to help this team? What position can you put me in that I can contribute each and every Friday night? And that's what he's doing.
Imatorbhebhe on the tunnel screen. And that's a first down catch and carry for Imatorbhebhe.
Down to the Norcross 26-yard line.
That'll be his 5th catch of the night. They've done a better job of getting him the ball. He had only 12 catches in their first 5 games. That's 5 catches for him tonight. That one goes for 13 yards, but they can't get him deep.
When you have a talent like that, you definitely want to be able to look upfield and at least give him a chance.
Imatorbhebhe again.
Fortin's pass is complete to Imatorbhebhe.
You see, they're not jamming him at the line of scrimmage anymore. They're dropping back and making sure the guy doesn't get deep. So North Gwinnett's taking what they're given. They're giving him the stuff, the short stuff, and so they'll take it.
Second down,
here he
1
is.
yard to go.
Got him ISO'd here. Makes the catch. Gets some yards afterwards, but it's still not what you really want to see this guy do. You want to see him get loose and get downfield, get toward that end zone.
ESPN has him ranked as the number 18 wide receiver in the country, and he committed to play for Steve Sarkisian in Southern Cal back on May 18th.
Ryan Lovelace, the ball carrier, inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
6 catches for 53 yards for Ima Torbebe. And it's just been a frustrating season for him because he faces double coverage all the time, and North Gwinnett doesn't have the additional weapons to take any pressure off of him. So it's really kind of, a lot of times he's just got to be a decoy and take 2 defenders with him and open up something for somebody else. Lovelace back in the ball game. That's Montgomery and Allen teaming up to make the tackle on Lovelace right there.
20, Monty Montgomery.
John Nelson's got more score updates.
Okay, Czar and waiting. It's time to go back to Region 1. Camden County has now opened up a 24-10 lead against Valdosta. That is at Bazemore Hyder Stadium, and that's also fourth quarter. Big win tonight for Lee County, 42-14 in Region 1. And in a driving rain, last time we checked, it was Colquitt leading 25-14. That was late third quarter in Region 1.
I like Vice Czar better. Czar and waiting, it makes me sound like I'm needy.
Vice Czar.
Nearly intercepted by Allen. This is the second time that Chris Allen has nearly had a pickoff here tonight.
Vice Czar, what do you get? Vice Czar. You get a parking spot for that? What do you get?
I get a parking spot.
Yeah, there you
right
go.
next to John Nelson's Regal vehicle.
You get a nameplate with that parking spot?
Third down.
You get a bowl of soup and a free haircut, maybe?
I'll take both. I'm not too proud.
Covered parking, monthly rates?
Whatever you got. Third down and 7. Fortin up top. Fowler again the intended target, and again Kendrew Wynn out there got him covered like a blanket.
On the coverage,
fourth down.
Kendrew Wynn. That'll bring up fourth down.
Well, at this stage in the game, you're not going to kick the field goal. You're going to try to see if you can get the 11 yards or get into the end zone and score.
You know, we had a good shot there of Kendrew Wynn. A guy that's 6 foot 176, a guy that basically playing corner for the first time in his life, but with that kind of size, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some late action here in the recruiting process. Fourth down, they're going for it. Ball will go over on downs. Gasta was the intended target. And Norcross going to take over with just under 5 minutes to play. Tough night for Cade Fortin.
Fans, be sure to come out to the Zaxby's on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard this Monday evening from 6 to 9 p.m. and help support your Norcross.
4:46 to play. Bob Spire's team in serious danger of dropping to 0-3 in the region. Norcross closing in on 6-0.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
Providing safe, affordable, and reliable electricity requires more than bucket trucks and utility poles. These are the faces behind your power. For more than 75 years, Georgia's nonprofit, member-owned electric cooperatives have been on a mission to brighten the lives of more than 4.5 million Georgians. We are Georgia's EMCs, proudly serving our members, lighting the way.
As a strong, stable bank, Regions is always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities. In addition to offering financial solutions for our customers, we are committed to supporting local initiatives and organizations that help our neighborhoods thrive. Regions is proud to be a partner with GPB in building a better Georgia.
Welcome back to Blue Devils Stadium. Time there, you see it, 4:46 for the fourth, but let's kick it quickly to Cobb County. Late fourth quarter, Lassiter and Woodstock. Woodstock up 14-12. Time is running out. Lassiter is trying to go for it inside the Woodstock 25-yard line. Lassiter also could set themselves up for a possible game-winning field goal attempt, so we'll keep an eye on this one in Cobb County. Huge result here if it holds.
All right, thank you, Nelly. First and 10 for Norcross at their own 12-yard line as they take over on downs. How about Roswell tonight? Crushing Walton 41-14 in the fourth quarter. Battle of unbeatens right there. Roswell ranked 3 and Walton 4 in this week's GPB 6A Top 10. That'll change. Tracy in there at quarterback as the flag drops. North Cobb was a 19-7 win over Hillgrove tonight. McEachern leading Marietta 27-7 in the fourth quarter. And, of course, that's where we will be, Cantrell Stadium.
On the offense.
Next Friday night, Powder Springs for North Cobb at McEachern. So Max Tracy, didn't see much of him tonight. It really just kind of depends. You know, some nights it's Radcliffe, some nights it's Tracy, and sometimes it's a combination of both. Last game against Duluth, it was really Tracy that kind of ran the show and had the big night. Tonight it's been Radcliffe. Can you do that? Can you do that for 15 games? Can you, basically what I'm saying, can you win a state championship like that?
No, don't know. But nothing has happened to force them to change and go away from it.
Right, you're right. I mean, they're about to be 6-0.
Right.
Gave up 10 points here to North Gwinnett tonight, at least to this point. Had given up just 10 points in the last 3, so 20 points. They gave up 34 to Valdosta in the opener. A lot of that really was on the offense and turnovers that gave the Wildcats some cheap points. Then they gave up 13 to Brookwood, and then 20 points the last 4 games combined. I mean, Norcross has the defense to get it done. And as Keith Maloof pointed out to us, in order to win a state championship, you got to have a great defense, and you got to really have a good kicking game. And they got both of those. It's just a matter of will they have enough offense when they get into that game against a light defense? When they get into a game where it's about the defense, can your offense make a play to win the game for you? I mean, we've seen some nice plays, but are they consistent enough offensively? I think maybe that's still the big question for this Norcross team as we look ahead to their final 4 games. They're at Meadow Creek next Friday night. They should have enough for Meadow Creek. But the schedule still includes Peachtree Ridge and Mill Creek and Collins Hill. Those are the 3 teams with which they are tied, or at least started this night tied atop the region standings.
And that's what makes this region so difficult. It's so challenging. And why, when you see a team come out on top of this region, you say, okay, that's a team that has possibilities to go all the way because of the tests that they get each and every year.
Timeout called by Bob Spire. All right, time now to kick it around Georgia, and Lassiter is lining up for what would essentially be a game-winning field goal here. 27 seconds left and a chance to take the lead. And how about that? The Lassiter Trojans. Field goal with less than 30 seconds left in the game, taking a 1-point lead on Woodstock. 4:28 left here in the ball game at Blue Devils Stadium. Matt Stewart, Sam Crenshaw, John Nelson. Stick around, the GPB postgame show. Mark Harmon and Jackie Britton, Raymond Tirado, John Nelson coming up immediately following the conclusion of this ball game here. And then, of course, if you missed any portion of tonight's ball game or just want to see it again, it'll replay at 11.
Third down.
I think an obviously agitated and frustrated Bob Spire conversing with referee Todd Downs right now.
It's been that kind of season so far.
Spire, personally, as a head coach, going back to his days in Kentucky, 22 consecutive playoff seasons. Very strong likelihood with his team dropping to 0-3 in Region 7 that that's going to end this season. And in North Gwinnett's streak of 11 consecutive playoff seasons on top of that.
Not what folks around Swanee are accustomed to.
Third down and 10. And Tracy gets tripped up in the backfield.
Number 5, Max Tracy out to the 13-yard line. Timeout, North Gwinnett.
And fourth down punting situation here for Norcross. Be sure to catch up on GPB's Emmy Award-winning nature series, Georgia Outdoors, as host Sharon Collins explores the natural beauty of our state. See Georgia Outdoors only on GPB at its new time, Thursdays at 8:30, and look forward to new episodes this fall. This, of course, this is the time of year to get out and enjoy. Well, if it'll ever stop raining. Sam, can you do something about that? I think, one of my neighbors started working on an ark just the other day. And I didn't doubt him. Look, it stopped raining. But if it stops raining, this is a good time of year to go out and enjoy Georgia Outdoors.
We got a little matter out on the coast right now that's going on, man. It's gonna keep some moisture coming our way, I think, for much of the weekend.
Come here!
Sure to possibly impact proceedings in Athens tomorrow afternoon for sure.
Football games and baseball games. Final weekend of the Major League season. Just sports all up and down the East Coast. Going to be impacted by this. So punting situation. Camarda back out there. He's had a good night punting. Usually does. 5'11", 159 sophomore. Got a really good leg and another nice kick. Knuckles takes at the 48. Reese Knuckles decides to head straight upfield and pays dividends for him as he gets to the 40-yard line. 39-yard kick, 12-yard return for Reese Knuckles, who's got himself an offer from Georgia State.
Nice move, nice return.
You can view all of tonight's replay of the game on Georgia Public Broadcasting starting after 11 p.m.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 40-yard line. 4 minutes to play. Intercepted. That might be a pick six. Kendrew Wynn got himself a convoy, and he will go all the way. 63-yard pick six for Kendrew Wynn, his second pick six of the season.
Sometimes it pays to be in the right place at the right time. He happened to be right there. Once the throw goes out to him, and he takes it. And remember, he came here to play quarterback. He's on the defense, so he's got the jets. He can turn it on, and he goes in for the touchdown.
I'd like to say that was a great play, but that was just an awful throw by Cade Fortner. He threw it right to Wynn. Just late. He threw, the break had already been made by the receiver, threw well behind the receiver. Been that kind of night for Fortin. Kendrew Wynn. We've talked about him a lot here in the second half. I think this is a young man who is really, like Keith Maluk told us, he's making a name for himself at cornerback. And, and I talked about him getting some late action here in the recruiting process. Things have changed a lot. I mean, quite often now, if you're not in the recruiting cycle as a 9th or 10th grader, you're late to the party. Well, here's a guy who's really only now getting a chance to show coaches what he can do. He's putting together some good game film, though. He's got I don't think they don't do game film anymore, but some video. He's got himself some huddle video to put out there for the coaches to look at.
He does. And like you said, to be a part of a program like this one here at Norcross, doing whatever he's had to do to get on the field and contribute, all of those things that college coaches look for and really like. And there he is going getting a hug there.
I love it.
I think we'll hear good things from this young man on signing day.
I think he's got a chance. He's got good size for a corner at 6 foot 176. Redmond on the return.
Jordan Redmond with the return out to the 23-yard line.
So North Gwinnett going to go back out there on offense. Game got away from him. It was 10-7 at halftime.
They played so well in the second quarter. We talked about how they didn't have a first down after the first quarter. In the second, when they come out of the locker room at halftime, the stats were pretty much even.
Yeah, Trevor Dayton going to take over here at quarterback. Cade Fortin done for the night. Dayton, 6'1", 170 junior, only 4 of 14 passing for the season. Cam Pickett dropped for a loss.
Pickett, the ball carrier.
Darius Barnhill with the tackle for loss. Barnhill's another guy, 55, 5'7", 185 sophomore. I mean, it's a smallish defensive end, but he's made a lot of plays for them. Keith Maloof made a point to single him out when we were talking about the defensive lineman this week. Dayton, that was nearly picked too. Bryce Bowen was thinking about pulling a Kendrew Wynn right there. Still like those chrome helmets.
But not so much the numbers on the units. Look at that. There you go.
They're going to have to polish that thing up. They're going to have to get the buffer out on that thing. Got a little scrape mark action on it. Dayton in trouble. Throws incomplete.
Trevor Dayton's pass is incomplete.
That's actually a smart play by Dayton right there. And Fowler out there to punt again.
At this stage, he's coming into games, trying to learn some things. Coach Spire wants him to get out there and
back deep for the return. Go to across number 34, Bryce Fowler.
Try and learn.
The punt, number 19, Grayson Fowler.
From the 47. A lot of dancing back there just to get back to the original point of catch by Jarrett Cole.
46-yard line.
Or was that? No, that was not Jarrett Cole. That's 34, Dante Myers.
Those numbers on those unis, you just love those nice silver numbers.
Well, and plus the jerseys get all crumpled up, and the 34 looks like a 24. And I'm old. It's hard to see.
They don't do those jerseys like they used to. Hey, somebody's working hard to create and develop those new jerseys.
1st and 10 Norcross. Ball dropped, picked up, scoop.
Ball's carried out to the 48-yard line.
Clay Harris
number 18 for the
on the run.
Clay Harris. Tackles led by number 48.
I thought that was
Gladstein.
eyes deceiving. North Gwinnett had 2 22s.
They do.
But on the field at the same time.
And they might.
Whoa.
They do have 2 22s. L.J. Fisher and Noel Spencer. At this point, it's a 28-point game. 2 minutes to play. It is officially garbage time.
Number 28 in the carry.
How about that?
Eddie Apaya.
Brianna Proctor. Does she notice she's on camera? Phil Proctor, our cameraman, standing right there next, talking to his daughter, Brianna, who is a trainer on the North Gwinnett sideline. Student trainer, dad over there visiting.
Proud papa.
Yeah, they know they're on camera. We can see that you're looking at the camera. 3rd down and 8. Right up the middle.
Good head of the carry.
Second carry by Clay Harris.
44-yard line.
And approaching a minute to play.
Tackle made by number 35.
Norcross going to be 6-0, 3-0 in Region 7. At the very least, they keep pace with that log jam at the top of the region. And all the teams they're tied with, they still have left to play in the final month of the season. North Gwinnett, well,
no penalty on the play.
This might be the year that the playoff streak ends. Strong probability of that, as the Bulldogs will drop to 0-3. I mean, you realize that entering this season, North Gwinnett had lost only 18 games in 9 seasons under Bob Spire.
Wow.
And now they've dropped 4 of their last 6.
Not what we're accustomed to at all.
Nor he, nor they, or anybody associated with the North Gwinnett program.
On the carry, number 18, Clay Harris. On the tackle for North Gwinnett, number 40, James Santamore.
There you see Jeremy Myers there in the white hat, former Parkview High School star.
Wait, Wake Forest? I think so.
There's a lot of really good former football players on these 2 rosters, as the knee is taken by Max Tracy, and that's going to be the end of the ball game. Norcross now 6-0 on the season, 3-0 in Region 7, and play at Meadow Creek next Friday. And then North Gwinnett drops to 2-4, 0-3 in Region 7. And next Friday night, they'll be playing host to Peachtree Ridge. But Norcross continues their unbeaten season. Very stingy defense, Sam, and they really put their foot on the pedal in the second half.
They truly did. They came out of the locker room, and things looked pretty even with those teams. We saw the stats from the first half, but then Norcross comes out, scores a couple of touchdowns, and all North Gwinnett could do was put a field goal up after a very, very long drive, used up a lot of clock. But Norcross is showing you why they are an undefeated team, and the things that we saw coming into this game, the injuries, the inexperience, the youth, those things are continuing to plague this North Gwinnett team.
Nicholas Sermons runs for a couple of touchdowns. Norcross gets another defensive touchdown, their 5th of the season, and they win it by a final score of 38-10. Next Friday night will be at McEachern as the Indians play host to North Cobb, and we'll talk to you then. For Sam Crenshaw, I'm Matt Stewart. Now down to John Nelson with head coach Keith Maloof.
There was a point in that 3rd quarter where everything just kind of tilted. Take me through that part of the game.
Well, you know, we came back and we had a conversation at halftime. Don't panic, just do what we do, and things will open back up for us. And it did. Things started turning our way, started taking advantage of some mistakes they had, and then we just rolled with it and tried not to give it back to them. Defense still played a great night. I know we gave them some yardage here and there, but anytime you only give up 10 points to these guys, you're doing a great job.
All All right, next question for you as I put your terrible towel on for you.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that the logo's there. When you're talking about a game this early in region schedule, but at the same time it's a big game for separation's sake.
Well, it's big, and the fact that we're 3-0 in region, and we've still got Mill Creek, Peachtree Ridge, and Collins Hill left, and it's big for us, and we just got to continue to get better. And, you know, I've told them all along for all year, I don't want us peaking at game 4, 5. I want us peaking down the road, and I think this group is starting to get that a little bit. I think we eliminated a little bit of our mistakes, but we still have to clean up some stuff on offense. You know, our defense is so opportunistic, and, you know, we've got special people over there that if people make mistakes, it's pick 6, fumbles returned, and that's the pressure, and our special teams are good, and that's what's helping us right now. And offensively, we just don't need to ruin anything right now and just try to continue to get better. We've got some really good running backs. We've got some really good receivers that haven't shown their stuff yet, and both those quarterbacks, I know Max didn't get as much tonight as he's done in the past, but both those guys are really good at running the ball and spreading the ball around.
Congratulations. Go celebrate.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That is a victorious Coach Maloof, and it is time for the postgame show to start right now.
Thank you very much, John Nelson. Welcome to our GPB postgame show here on Football Fridays in Georgia. Tonight we saw a couple of Gwinnett County rivals collide. Norcross winning at 38-10 over North Gwinnett. And you know, one of the things that I like, I love seeing that victory bell ring. It was a great win for Norcross, but the North Gwinnett guys played hard all the way through, even though they were behind.
Right.
Coach Bob Spire's guys played hard.
You really saw the heart of that team, you know, never giving up at all, but Norcross will advance to 6-0 on the season, but definitely a tough ball game, at least, you know, up until the half. Things kind of got out of hand a little bit in the third quarter, but definitely a good ball game. They fought till the end, that's for sure. You can say that.
They did. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one. Early on, it was North Gwinnett, it was Norcross taking the lead on a Cole Hanna 38-yard field goal coming into your living room in the rain, in the wind, made it 3-0. Second quarter now, it's Nicholas Sermons. He runs right up the middle for the touchdown to make it 10-0. Second quarter, flea flicker. Jocelyn Matorbebe, he throws it. He usually catches it, but he throws it to Horace Buckley, who scores. It is 10-7. That's your halftime score. But the third quarter was all Norcross. Nicholas Sermon, he goes right up the middle, 41 yards for the touchdown to make it 17-7. Moving to the fourth quarter now, how about Omar Sinclair? There's the touchdown pass right there for the touchdown. And it's Norcross going on to win it 38-10, your final score.
That's right, and John Nelson, I believe, is standing by with 2 star players of the game, and can't wait to hear what they have to say about that, John.
Yeah, it's Nick Sermons and Kendrew win, and Kendrew's having issues with his terrible towel. It's already started to fly away. All right, one at a time. Big win tonight. What was it like here knowing that North Gwinnett was going to come in and give you your best?
Well, all week we knew that we had to prepare, and this game is a big game for my coach because it's a big rivalry. It's a big rival and from way back, so we knew we had to prepare, and we practiced hard all week, so we knew that it was going to be pretty tough.
All right, we'll come back to offense here in a sec. All right, Kendrew, there you go. Nice. It's almost like a bib. We like that. All right, go through the pick 6 for me late. What was the play like, and what were you seeing as the things were starting to unfold?
We were basically in cover 1, or we were running silver, which is our cover 2. And so we had 3 receivers on the other side, and when we had 1 receiver backside, I'm man-to-man. And so when the receiver came up, he was running a slant, and he slipped, and then the quarterback threw the ball, and then I basically baseball catched it because I thought he was going to tip it. So when I caught it, I just took off and ran. So.
And then he scored. All right, come back here. Go through the 2 touchdowns tonight. And obviously, I know having that big offensive line in front of you to clear those holes on a night like this was playing in like chocolate pudding out here. But what was it like out here with those big guys in front of you clearing holes?
Well, the offensive line, they made an amazing block. And we had another running back in. He's a sophomore. His name Omar Sinclair. He made a good block on the edge. He stood him outside so I could cut it back in the middle. It was good, good block by him, and so I could make the easy touchdown right there. And then second touchdown run, we knew all game we went lightning, which is 1 back and the shotgun. And so hesitated to the hole, and I seen the opening, just took off.
All right. You have my permission to take off again. Sermons and win. Let's send it over to Mark. Postgame show continues right now.
All right, John, thank you very much. You know, our broadcast is a multi-screen experience. You can watch us on GPB TV. You can watch us on the GPB Sports app. You can watch us on the Internet. It's very much a lot of fun to interact with us on social media. And Raven Toronto's been keeping score all night long on the social media world. So let's check in with Raven.
That's right, Mark. It is exciting out in social media world, and Norcross fans are sure showing it on Twitter. This is from Braxton. He said, North thought they got something on us. # we believe that we will win at GPB Sports. Guys, you can connect with us and get your tweets on television just at GPB Sports on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Mark, Jackie?
Thanks, Raven. There were several plays to choose from Norcross, but let's go to the GPB play of the game. This was an incredible play by Norcross here with about 6:38 left in the third quarter with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Barron Radcliffe to Devin Wallace on a bit of an underthrown and bobbly pass, but Wallace trusts it. He goes with it, outsmarts the defender to haul in a touchdown and enhance the lead to put the Blue Devils up 24-7. This is when things started to get out of hand. Radcliffe had time to throw on that, as you can see. Nice work by the offensive line, and Wallace fights to get into the end zone. Just one of several great plays of the night.
All right, time now to check out some scores from around the state on the Georgia EMC scoreboard. And how about top-ranked Colquitt County, unbeaten, the defending 6A champs. They lead Lowndes 35-20 late in the fourth quarter. We've got Camden County and Valdosta right now. It's Camden County leading Valdosta 31-10 in the fourth quarter. Final from Region 1 6A. Lee County over Tift 42-14. We've got Grayson over South Gwinnett 34-0. Roswell in a battle of unbeatens over Walton 48-14. That's also a big region matchup. Elsewhere we have Mill Creek over Meadow Creek 52-0 your final. Top-ranked Northside Warner Robins in Class 5A beats Richmond Academy 33-7. Cartersville, top-ranked in 4A, they beat Heritage Ringgold 42-6. Calhoun is top-ranked in 3A. They beat Adairsville 45-13. And Jefferson over Elbert County 27-8 your final score there.
And now we welcome in Georgia Travelers, Phil Proctor from Georgia Traveler. And is it true that you risked it all on a motorcycle? Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Right. Yeah, we decided to go out. You know, the North Georgia mountains are some of the most beautiful scenes you can ever see.